Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, boy. 100. We did 100 of these motherfuckers. You better respect it. This is your boy, Busby.
And over here, 100 minus 100. JC, no hundreds.
And I want to thank every single one of y'all for rocking with us.
Round of applause for all of our listeners, man.
Rocking with us for that long, man.
For sure.
2 years ago we started this shit, and now 2 years now, 2 years now, 2 years, 2 years later, right here, we're still rocking. We're staying consistent, and I feel really fucking happy.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of tired now, but I'm happy in the inside. So, how was y'all fucking weekend?
It's cool. Just slept. Actually, it's my final weekend before jumping into my new work schedule, so it's my last weekend off. I slept.
That's what's up.
Didn't do much of shit.
Oh yeah, Martine's here too.
Yo. That's all. I know, because you're going to cut me off, you know what I mean? It's just a quick, yo, what up? What's good?
Yeah, my weekend was cool. Saw that movie Crazy Rich Asians.
I heard good things about it.
It was cool. It was like the Asian version of My Big Fat Greek Wedding in a way, except they're like stupid ass rich.
Yeah.
Like really stupid rich. Like they showed the plane. Old boy brought his girl on. It had like a fucking bar and they had like a bedroom in there and shit. And she didn't even know he was rich. She was looking at him like, "Oh, you got money,
Rich chicka."
But you know, it was cool.
Nice.
So before we begin through this tirade of you know who, Aretha Franklin passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. 76 years old.
Mm-hmm. She passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
It was cancer.
No. What day? I don't remember.
Friday? Thursday? No. It was Wednesday.
Sounds about right.
Somewhere around Wednesday. She was already sick as it was, because I remember TMZ and them was saying, and other outlets were saying she was really, really gravely ill. So it was just on borrowed. She was pretty much on borrowed time at that point. And then early Wednesday morning, she passed away.
Yeah.
76 years old, and they had a whole bunch of outcry from artists all around the world, because she was the queen of soul.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yep. For sure. Round of applause for the queen of soul.
Mm-hmm.
As you stated, outpour just from a who's who list. And then it actually led to a who's list when it came to politics.
Yeah, I didn't really care
about that. The 44th president and the 45th president.
Wow.
And boy, was there a difference between those two condolence remarks.
I really didn't care about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ash was going to say what he was going to say, and Obama was going to say what he had to say. There's
right.
really no outcry, outrage. It just is what it is.
Now, leading into that, for those who don't know about the history, Aretha Franklin was the one that sang at Martin Luther King's funeral, and she sang at President Obama's inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine all the history that lies in between those two performances. And then, of course, you got the whole ass motherfucker in office right now.
Whole ass nigga in office, get it right.
Well, he's not a nigga to me.
Well,
so
he's
that's
a nigga to me. Whole ass nigga.
You might want to get your eyes checked. Yeah, so his stance on it, and I don't have the tweet in front of me, but if I can remember, very, very sad. Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul, dead. I was like,
dead. Dead. Sound like the motherfucker from Goodfellas. I want that family dead.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Barack had the utmost, this heartfelt soliloquy, if you want to say, monologue. It just went on. So again, that was funny to me that even in Aretha's death, there was still an explanation of the difference between 44 and 45.
Yeah, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really trip about it. It's just, it is what it is when it comes to that.
And then you had somebody else who was giving out condolences, but couldn't spell for shit.
Ugh.
And that was my first celebrity crush of all time, Toni Braxton.
No, it looked like she was just in a rush to type names and it just popped
that's
up.
not.
I was just gonna say, man. I mean, girls with nails. You know what I mean?
It's not an excuse.
I don't understand how she don't know how to hold on.
She
to
didn't
the
even
phone.
spell her name right.
No, I just don't understand how she couldn't just copy it and save it instead of taking a screenshot and posting it to fucking Twitter. That was
shit.
with the tags all over it
ridiculous.
too.
That shit
was
read Toni Braxton,
probably a blood, a crip.
Aretha Franklin,
That's on some Crip shit.
Witty Hooten,
There was season there.
and Clizzy Davis.
She just didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn how that shit spelled. She was just in a rush to type and it just popped up.
But you know what? She has a history of that. Just doing the wrong shit at the wrong time.
Yeah, with her money accounts.
Well, no, not only that, but remember the Aaliyah I Miss You video? She's the only one in the video trying to get her sexy on.
Really?
She was flying. You don't remember that shit?
I remember. I wasn't really.
Everybody else was all
that.
sad and they're, singing along, and then she's in the camera just eyeing and twisting her hair and shit. Like, do you know what fucking video set you're on?
I wasn't really. I didn't think. Well, okay.
Go back and watch it.
I remember that, but I didn't think she was trying to be all that. But all right.
Go back and watch that shit. She was trying to get her sexy on while they were remembering Aaliyah's final recordings and paying homage to her. She really hasn't been all the way there. Like,
well, she's with Birdman, so.
I mean, that kind of proves a point right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
And there's more deaths that happened. In the world of professional wrestling, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, founder member of the Hart Foundation with Bret Hart and Owen Hart and all of them, he passed away this past weekend. He was only 65, I think. And he was also the father of Natalia. An outcry from wrestling fans and wrestlers all around the world, so rest in peace to him, too.
for sure.
Yeah.
That means Bret is
He's the only one.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the whole crew that's still alive. His mom died, his dad died, his brothers. Some of his brothers are still alive. Yeah, he's like the Hart family are like the Kennedys of wrestling. Mm-hmm. They are legit like the Kennedys. It's pretty crazy to see. So we got that shit out the way. I'm gonna begin this shit by telling JC one thing. I told you, nigga. What did I tell you?
You did.
What did I say?
You said she wasn't going to go number one?
Exactly.
And I didn't say anything much against you. I just, at the time, I was saying who's going to go up, who's going to go up against her.
Well, Travis Scott went up against her. No, the universe. She went up against the universe. That's what happened. The universe made sure she didn't go number one.
Yeah.
But before that...
I mean, like I said, though, it was... I'm with you. I don't want her to go number one, but you got to present somebody to me.
No, God, my word. That's what it was. My word against hers. That's what it was. That's what it was. Like I said before, I am right until you prove me wrong.
I'll give you that.
There you go.
Because Drake and Kanye proved you wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but they proved me wrong. So now I was like, okay. Nas proved you wrong too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, before we get into the results, we gotta do the whole timeline of everything that led up to the fuckery that's
Before you get
going
into the
on.
timeline, we're actually recording this right now, watching the VMAs. So there's some shit that's actually gonna get added in as a result.
Depending on if we care enough.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, Nicki actually, the first award, she won. So that's gonna play a factor into how we tie things together.
I guess. Anyway, but like I said, let's just start from the beginning. So I'm gonna start away from last week from what your girl said. She said that she is one batshit moment crazy away from everything not mattering no more. And I told you it was gonna fucking happen. Well, the projection numbers came out for Queen. And as soon as those projection numbers came out, it said 135 to 150K. I'm like, damn, that's really fucking low. And I sent it to you guys in the group chat, and you was just like, all y'all were just like, shit.
I was happy.
No. I thought at least 200 because I thought she had the fan base for it.
Yeah.
But no, almost 130 to 150. That's really fucking low for her standards. So she started going off on Twitter. Literally, when that story came out, when the word came out, that's when she decided to become Twitter fingers, and she just started going back and forth with Safari. They weren't adding each other, but they were legit going back and forth with each other. each other about hella shit. And Safari revealed that Nicki stabbed him when they were together, and he didn't call the cops. And when the cops came around, he said that he stabbed himself so Nicki wouldn't get, caught up.
Are you dumb?
Oh, hi, Remy. She's back. She's gonna pop in every sporadically.
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
And that too. So, yeah. And it was just, and she was just going all back and forth, and then Nicki reveals that he was sending dick pics to her while she was with Meek, and then she made fun of his hairline, and Tiger caught like a stray bullet.
Just out of nowhere. Like, he was having a great run this year. He was a comeback artist. He's got nice singles up on the charts right now. And then he just wakes up and he gets put on blast. But showing that he's not to be outdone, he went and posted the doctor. And he actually ended up getting some compensation.
I just don't know how people really get like surgically their hairline done.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really fucking crazy.
You can get anything done at this point.
I know that, but shit. So, that was just a whole fucking mess. Then she decided to go on this promo run, and first she went to Hot 97, but she didn't go to Ebro in the morning. This is the thing about all her press runs. She didn't go to Ebro in the morning, she didn't go to Breakfast Club, and she didn't go to Sway. So you know what that told me? She didn't want to face the truth. What, are you looking for tweets right now?
Well, I'm going back to the Safari tweets because there was something else that I wanted to touch on. But I could only do it
in her voice.
So I had to find the exact tweet.
Did you find it?
Yeah, because remember, there was more to that Safari shit.
Like what else?
The stolen card.
Stolen card? Oh, the credit cards?
The money card.
You stole my card and told me you thought it was an account with free money.
First of all, who the fuck got free money in an account?
She sounded like a basic ass bird, dog.
Where are these accounts with free money, and how do I sign up for them?
I'm trying to figure out the same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
And thought it was an account with free money that I didn't know about. On God will strike you down and more for lying. Ha! Stop saying you packed and left. On Jesus! You came to my house crying, begging to go with me to Europe to the EMAs. I said, no, dummy. Are you dumb?
That's it? There's more?
Oh, who's Sharika?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, she says,
oh, and Sharika and I had a bet that as soon as you knew Meek was about to come home, you'd crawl back, and you did. Came to my house crying. Joyce was there.
Who the hell's Joyce?
That's like her management, maybe her friends.
Okay.
My whole glam was there. Left who? You getting aired out on Queen Radio 2 on Thursday. Apologize and shut the fuck up.
And she didn't do that, by the way.
Yeah. She didn't take her own.
She didn't go on Queen Radio and apologize for shit. But yeah, and it was this tweet after tweet after tweet. It was messy.
Well, what I thought about the funniest thing about that, so going back to the hairline gate.
Hairline gate,
wow.
Well, the funniest thing I thought about that was she aired him out, but then she indirectly made herself look stupid when she said she paid for it. So who's the stupid one? You know what I'm saying? Like, guys get their hair done all the time, like Rogaine and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not anything new.
Right.
But the fact that she's the one that put 10,000 up to get it. Who looks bad in that situation?
12. It was 12.
Oh, it was 12.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
it
okay.
was 12.
Hey.
12 racks.
2,000 more?
Yeah.
5,000 less than what she projected.
Yeah. It was messy. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I thought that was done. So she started going on a promo run, and she started doing interviews. She did an interview with Flex. I know, Post Malone won.
Oh, Rockstar.
For best song.
Yeah, but
I fuck with it.
who gave him the award?
The Backstreet Boys.
That kind of fits.
All right, Backstreet's back.
That boss.
All right,
good, man. They called him a human poop cloud.
Okay. Where was I? Anyway, so she goes to Flex. And yeah, so Flex was doing an interview. I guess they had beef earlier this year when he said his opinion about Chun-Li, but since she's desperate for fucking sales, she went to Flex and she started talking about stuff, and she kept stressing about how she writes her raps. That's all she kept saying in the Flex interview, in the one with Elliot Wilson, and the one with Genius. She kept stressing about how she writes her, how she's the one that's writing her raps, how no one's gonna outsell her, and of course she was always talking in and around Cardi. Like, she was really being subliminal about the whole shit. And it was just like, and I'm watching this shit, 'cause I watched all these interviews, and she kept saying the same shit over and over again. She sounded like a fucking bird.
Oh yeah, no, she did.
Like
She did.
Like the Crown interview. I didn't watch all of it. You said you watched some of it.
That shit was the epitome of a black version of a Trump rally.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's basically what it was. Like, as I'm watching it, and the funny thing was, Elliot Wilson was actually asking some pretty good questions. And what she would do is, she would hear the question, she would answer it for 10 seconds, then she'd spin it back into her own narrative, and then she'd end it off with reciting raps, and then she'd let the Barbs recite the rest of those raps for the next 45 seconds to a minute.
They were literally...
Like, that was pretty much the whole interview.
They were literally rap bars. Like, they were like a fucking choir.
Yeah.
It was kind of free. It was kind of spooky to see that shit. I'm like, wow, you really do have. I'll give her this. She has a loyal fan base, but it ain't big enough.
Well, loyalty isn't what we doubted about them.
Yeah.
Their sanity is what we doubt about them.
Like they were talking over Elliot Wilson and shit like that. They were talking over it. Even,
Yeah, I'm like, you know what the fuck you talking over? Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but the one thing I noticed is that she was always talking in and around about other female rappers and shit like that. She was talking about Cardi, clear as fucking day.
Right.
She was talking about Cardi, clear as day. And you could tell she seemed rattled. Is it rattled? Like, perturbed? Like, she seemed...
On edge.
On edge. Like, she was, like, on the verge. Like, she's trying to tell everyone that I'm the queen, I'm the cream, I'm the number one ruler, da-da-da-da-da. And my mom always tells me, thou who protests too loudly. It was like, who are you trying to convince? Me or yourself?
Right.
So then the desperation comes in, and out of nowhere, when those numbers came out, literally next day when the numbers came out, she just randomly added Fifi to her album.
Are you dumb?
Now Fifi actually is platinum right now, and you know the new rules and all that.
Right.
So her label, no, I'm not gonna say the label. Her management got spooked. So not only did they add that shit, they added, they added bundle packs, because that's what Travis Scott was doing for his shit. So they added tour bundle packs, a free Tidal subscription, and a poster. So if you buy the album, you get Tidal, you get a poster, and you get the album.
So if you didn't have that title, you should have just went and got a Nicki bundle. You would have got that free title.
She was trying so hard. Dude, she was trying so hard to get them fucking sales up. So, Friday came around, and that's when the Hits Daily Double, like, that's when they tell the sales projections, and they're very, very accurate with their shit. And they waited a while, and then Saturday, and they didn't even come out on Saturday, which was kind of odd. I was like, they usually come out on Friday, but then they said, yeah, because the numbers are really, really close. Yeah, but it's looking like Travis is going to win. And then Saturday, they came out with the numbers, and it said Travis got 225K, number one, and Nicki had just 200. No, 190. It was like 195.
So Trav had either 223 or 225.
225.
Nicki had either 190 or 192, because I saw multiple different.
Yeah,
she was in that. They were in that range.
In that range.
And then lo and behold, so Aretha Franklin had 32, which was basically the difference.
I was about to say that, because when she died, a report came out on Thursday that there was a huge surge of Aretha Franklin records,
right,
her greatest hits, and it was gonna pop up on the charts somehow, some way. So when the numbers came out, you saw Aretha Franklin came in at number 7. It was like 32K or some shit like that. And I was just like, and then when those numbers came out on Saturday, everyone was like, oh shit, that's when I hit you guys up. And I was like, well, it's not official. And then Nav from Hip Hop and More and other people were saying, well, it's not official till Billboard comes out. The final numbers come out on Sunday. And then,
and then she jumped
Academics posted the numbers on his Instagram, and she jumped in his fucking comments.
God. Yeah.
People, if you're listening, she jumped in his comments
like a bird.
And no, like a Trump supporter.
No, flip a bird.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Word
she came in there and said, no, that's not true. The real numbers come out on Sunday. Fake news. I was like, are you dumb? Whoa, she's sounding like Trump.
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Every day. So I was just like, okay. So then Sunday came around, and everyone was waiting because they know shit's about to get funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, at this point,
come on, man.
At this point,
that's what we're looking for.
Like it's just all the thematics and the dramatics, because you had that going on. In the meantime, on Trav's side, he was giving away cash from the Cash App.
Yeah,
for real.
Which, I mean, hey, it's not a bad way to say, hey, here's some extra streams. Here's 50 for you. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't cheat.
He did it for it. He didn't do
anything wrong or that was against the rules. Mm-hmm. And then he had Kylie. She was promoting and then stated that I guess her and Stormy are going to actually be out of. Are they going on tour with him or they're just going to be at a few shows?
I don't know. She just said, yeah, be sure me and Stormy. She didn't specify. She just said they're going to be there.
So then that led to people buying more merch because they were thinking, okay, well, and then he had the Astroworld Pass
for the tour.
tour.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, of course, so at that point, if you're handing that stuff out, you're gonna get more streams
and giving out money and shit. He was gonna get number one again, regardless.
Right.
And it was just like, okay, so we're still waiting. So then Sunday came. Billboard came up and said, yeah, Travis Scott got the number one record again, album. And he sold over 200. It was somewhere around the 200 range. I forgot.
I think 205 or something.
205. Like it was a drop from his previous weeks, but oh man, but Nicki,
not enough of a drop to.
Shit. She said fake news. She was kind of right. It was fake news.
It was.
She didn't get 190. She didn't get 195 or whatever. It was like what?
No.
192.
185.
Yeah, it's like 180.
180.
I believe I saw 186.
186.
Yeah, that's around that area.
It went down to 186K. Oh, and I was like, oh, it's the Charles Barkley voice. It's time to have a dialogue. We are gonna have a dialogue. We are gonna have a dialogue.
And then once we had the dialogue, next thing you heard was rounds all over the damn the stratosphere of social media.
Since you're using Nicki's voice, you might as well just do it. Go and look on her Twitter feed.
Oh yeah, so
this is
follow it up because
that's what happened first. So all of a sudden, everyone was waiting. I'm thinking Nicki has to.
That's not what happened first. The trolling started, and then she.
Oh, I had to start it because we are gonna have a dialogue. I said Cardi B is the new queen. Then I hit up JC and I said Busby don't bullshit because I told him for the past year that she was not going to go number one. Well, we're going to wait and see. No, ain't no wait and see. She wasn't going to get it.
First of all, we did have to wait and see.
Well, no.
You didn't have anybody.
Well, I'm right now, so I'm going to change the narrative. Oh, is that Nicki right there? That looks like a Nicki. She thinks she a queen. She ain't no fucking queen. Cardi's the new queen. Man, I don't know what the hell she's performing. I ain't even going to turn this up. Oh, Jesus. This might be...
She look like Rita from Power Rangers, bro.
You know what she's performing?
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
I don't think she's performing it. These niggas are dancing.
You can't dance to Ganja Burn?
I mean, yeah.
You want to start dancing to it?
I don't know.
We got this shit on mute. I don't want to hear this shit. We all don't want to hear this shit. See, ever since I streamed the album, I only streamed the album once. And after she started doing all that bullshit, I didn't want to give her one stream.
Well, hang on. Let's see this. I'm going to play Joe again. And I'm going to see if you can dance to it. Hang on.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
Nah, you can't dance to that shit.
Nah.
Oh, that's your Eminem shit.
That's not Majesty. Oh, it is.
Told you.
But M ain't coming out, so
that's what happens
If he comes out, bro, oh my god.
No, then the show's over. It'll be a 99.5 episode.
Yeah, if he comes out, then you can't talk any more shit. Because you got to defend that.
No, I don't have to defend it.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I changed the narrative.
Yes, you do.
You gonna throw my words back at me. Anyway, the point is, she's at number 2. So, everyone got their jokes off. Barb's got quiet. It was marvelous to see. And I'm saying Nicki has to... I tweeted out, she's going to have a meltdown. She's going to have a meltdown on Twitter. And what happened, JC?
I'm trying to find where this starts.
Behold.
She went on a Trump...
I'm literally trying to find where this starts.
It's...
Damn.
Because that was Saturday. Keep going.
You did a massive scroll.
Yeah, I went too far.
Like, swipe up.
Please hold while we get to the tweets. Your listens are very important to us.
Ganja burn, ganja
Just keep playing it over and over again.
Ganja burn, ganja burn.
God, here we go.
Oh my god, I love Joe Budden on that shit. I love Joe Budden.
From the keyboard.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go. But we gotta play that soundbite one more time.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn. Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Travis sold over 50,000 of these.
And then she put a picture of the tour of the past that she screenshot from Instagram.
Your voice, it just came out of nowhere.
Travis Scott. Travis sold over 50,000 of these with no requirement of redeeming the album, with no dates for a tour, etc. I spoke to him. He knows he didn't have the #1 album this week. I love my fans for the #1 album in America. I'll explain on Queen Radio for 4 albums in #1 in 86 countries.
Okay, when I saw that shit, when I read that shit, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? I was just like, she's doing a whole melody right now, I think. But
yeah. Can you imagine Travis picking up the phone? You don't got the #1 album.
I got the #1 album. Okay.
All right.
That's cool.
So I saw that. That was like such a. It was.
Could you imagine she says that shit and he just looks at his phone? Stop trying to be God. And then hangs up.
Nicki's doing a whole melody
He
performance.
hangs up and then says that shit.
Are you dumb?
She's doing a whole melody right now because she's still on stage as we're still talking.
She's high as fuck. You saw her eyes just now.
Those pupils.
No, them barbs are losing their mind. You would think she has a #1 album, but it's a strong #2.
No.
Maybe #3. Maybe even 4. Okay, so I saw that tweet and I was just like, okay, she's delusional. She has to be delusional. But it kept going.
My first album sold 400,000. No one is doing that with the debut albums now. So I'm grateful.
All right,
She also came in at #2 too.
all right, you challenge DJ Khaled here.
Pink Freak came in
So
at
grateful.
Pink Friday.
Yeah.
I lost out on 12 hours of sales and did 200K in 1 week. No, you didn't. You clearly didn't do 200K.
You did not.
You got close.
You were close.
You got close.
You were kind of close.
Did you get 200K, Nicki?
No.
Did you beat Cardi, nigga?
No.
Are you the queen of rap anymore?
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
That's a good answer.
I think not.
I bit my tongue last Queen Radio, but I won't on Tuesday. I love you guys so much. I looked at the numbers
still
the
going.
Carters, Kanye, Nas, etc. recently did. Travis sold 200K in his first week of clothes alone. I spoke to him last night, and he said he's been selling clothes before the music. Billboard says they'll change the rules because of this, so it should be changed now.
So let me get this straight.
That was like a brat, dude, at the very end.
No, she's like, yeah, you throwing a fucking temper tantrum.
Said
At this point.
now.
I know, man.
Change it now!
Off with his head.
Off with his hand up. Like Nicki, you got there was no.
No monster round!
That's how we doing 100 episodes like this.
Yeah.
I just picture all this shit that she's doing.
No. There was this gift. There was this tweet of like it's like Billboard. Travis Scott's #1 again, and it shows Nicki go, "No, he did not." So she's literally having a meltdown. There's no way to avoid this. She is having a meltdown for the world to see, and it was very Trump-like. It was like she was kicking and screaming that she wasn't #1. She was feeling, and then she goes on a whole rant feeling that she got blackballed. Just read them motherfuckers.
Then it gets worse.
Because then you were tweeting me and she's still going.
Well, yeah. Well, before we even get to those, she's still on Trav, and then it starts taking a dark turn for the worse. Like,
I put my blood, sweat, and tears in writing a dope album, only for Travis Scott to have Kylie Jenner post a tour pass, telling people to come see her and Stormy. LOL. I'm actually laughing. Queen broke the record of being #1 in 86 countries.
Okay.
Thank Jesus, and thank you to my fans.
at what point do you start beefing with an infant because her father outsold you in his second week compared to your first week?
You know what?
I didn't even think about that. Like, she really...
She's beefing with an infant right now.
I gotta debunk that, you know, being #1 in all the countries and shit like that.
Yeah, please do.
So I decided to go on Wikipedia just to check, because I just wanted to get my facts right. In Australia, she was #4.
That's close.
Is that #1?
In Belgium, she was #11.
That's not #1.
No.
Dutch, 8.
That's not #1.
Finnish,
Dutch.
I don't know. Finnish, 14.
That's definitely below number one.
In Germany, in 18.
That is nowhere close to number one.
In Ireland, she was number 5.
No,
New England, number 8.
no,
Scotland, 15.
no,
Sweden, 15.
no,
In the UK, number 5.
no.
But in the UK R&B album, she was number 1.
Hey, round of applause for her. Hey, she finally got one.
Wait,
We finally
R&B.
reached a country where she was number one.
I thought she was the queen of rap. No?
No,
Oh.
But out here in America,
Are you dumb?
number 2. I had to debunk that. It's been kind of going viral too.
Yeah.
But I had to debunk that.
Now, at this point, this is when I knew she was
losing it?
off. She was losing it. Because if we all remember years ago, Joe Budden, when he spoke on when she was with Meek.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burns.
I'm actually gonna wait for that. Just give me one moment, and I'll tell you why. I'm
I
waiting
just,
for that.
if you guys had that, hum that, man.
So of course she went on a little tirade, was dissing podcasts and whatnot. Then she puts a screenshot of a conversation with Joe, and I could picture Joe just sitting there, just chilling on a random ass Sunday, thinking about
He was reading his
All
timeline. He was reading the timeline.
yeah,
of
just
what's going
thinking
on.
about just all kinds of shit that he could analyze that the average rap fan wouldn't listen to.
Yeah.
And then I can just picture his phone going off as
ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn,
And it kept ringing.
yeah.
ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
And then one last time he looked at it.
Ganja burn, ganja burn.
And then he finally looks, and there's actually a screenshot of a conversation between her and Joe. Basically, she was asking him what he thought of Queen. He gave his response. And then she goes, I'll call up to your show when you're back on. At that point, I was like, she is desperate now.
Oh, she's been desperate.
No. This is a whole new level of desperation.
Because she talking all that shit about podcasts.
Remember,
Yeah, I
she
know.
talked about that.
And she has her own radio
now
show.
She has a radio
Yeah.
show.
Which is technically a podcast, too. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Technically,
it's
yeah, it is.
It's highly syndicated.
Yep.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, I'll come on your show. Joe says, good. Congrats. Just let me know. So then she says, when do you go on? You need to come on my show so I can cuss you the fuck out.
On Queen Radio.
Yeah, and of course we know Joe. Joe's
ain't gonna do that.
I love to be cursed out. And I record Tuesday nights. So
Joe ain't gonna
by
do
the
that.
time
I hope he doesn't
by the
do
time the
that
people
tomorrow.
will hear this,
We
they'll
don't-
probably be in the midst of figuring out if she's gonna be a part of the Joe Budden podcast for this week, or if he's gonna be a part of Queen Radio.
No.
Or if it's a mixture of both. But either way, just seeing that had me just looking at it in a way where it was, she's on drugs.
Joe told you.
Like, she looked like, for real. She's on drugs.
See, here's the thing, man. If she shows up, or let me rephrase that.
She calls.
If Budden shows up to her or her show, whatever, and she gets chewed out, I really don't think she's gonna call up to.
No,
Budden's
this is
podcast.
what she's gonna do. She's gonna talk over him and start speaking loud because remember, she's a basic ass bird, and she's off drugs.
Okay,
so
you're
it's,
right.
logic is out the window in her mind.
You're right.
Flip a bird, flip
But-
a bird.
Oh wow!
Joe
Why'd
Budden.
you do that song? No, Joe Budden's just
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
Joe's
but
gonna sit there and laugh.
Who he is, he's not gonna let that shit slide, bro.
Joe's not gonna show up because he's come on.
If he's, no, I'm pretty
The
sure
best
he will.
case scenario was her calling into the show.
Yeah.
Not him
All
doing
in
Queen
Rory.
Radio.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel it's not gonna happen. Joe.
Right.
Hey,
But,
whatever.
it's,
We're gonna
but
see.
you know the thing, it's not even that. It's just the fact that this got put into the universe. That's what the key is. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that this is now an option that everybody's thinking about.
Right.
See, no, we put shit out in the universe and shit happens. This is the #1 podcast. When we put shit out in the universe, shit just happens. But anyway, so she kept going. And because I was getting text because I was doing shit. And JC texted me like, she's still going.
Yeah. Now this is where she stops beefing with Baby Stormy for a little bit.
So first it was Travis. Then it was Kylie. Then it was Stormy. Now
She goes at Spotify. And who's the casualty in this?
Arbor.
None other than Drake.
her former label mate.
Spotify put Drake's face on every playlist, but told me they'd have to teach me a lesson for playing my music 10 minutes early on Queen Radio, even though they've been giving away my music for free for years. And I am one of the top Spotify artists of all time. Spotify had to teach me a lesson, but rewarded the man who has had an Apple radio show the longest, inadvertently helping the Apple platform the most. Oh, I can't wait for Queen Radio on Tuesday. They took away my promotion they had promised for the first couple days because of this. Queen.
Okay.
Spotify. That was the hashtag.
I know.
Queen.
Queen. Swing.
Oh, and there was one more.
Swing.
There's one more.
My music went up on Apple, so I played it. I assumed it was on Spotify and Tidal. Gotta get that title. At the same time, Spotify said that Apple tweeted fans advising Queen was up and therefore they had to teach me a lesson.
Why are
but
you calling it?
praise be to God!
That's how she wrote it.
Are you dumb?
I kid you not. That's how she wrote it.
I believe it.
No. Yeah, everything was regularly
Up until the end where it's caps.
Yeah. Praise be to God is all
Why are we
caps.
calling it Queen? We should call it Peasant. I keep forgetting about that. It's Peasant Radio. Peasant. We should call it Peasant. Peasant.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
I forgot.
But wait. There's more.
Do you know how many people subscribe to my Spotify page?
I remember this one. Because somebody retweeted it and said, "Ma'am, this is a McDonald's."
Okay, so Spotify answered today. Actually, they responded to that, and
Of course
they were
they
just
answer. They don't
like,
take that shit.
they were just like, I don't know what Nicki's talking about. We gave her a big ass billboard in Times Square. We pushed her in the front of our webpage. We love Nicki. So it's like in the water, like, the fuck this bitch talking about? She's losing it. And then she tried to play damage control, and she was all like, "Oh, I'm getting all these phone." Well, you can read it. It was the next tweet.
Well, no,
There's more
because this goes back to the irony.
Do you know how many women get systematically blackballed out of their positions in an office building and can't fight back?
Are you dumb?
Okay.
And I was like, somebody just
Okay.
let it off, please.
All right.
Please.
If you guys followed Nicki's career and listened to what other celebrities say, Miley Cyrus was the first one that I know of to speak out against Nicki and said that she ain't a good person. Okay? She was the first one. K. Michelle came out on Everyday Struggle and admitted, was it last year?
At the end of the year.
At the end of the year, she said that Nicki tried to blackball her and took her song because she felt she was fucking meat when they were together. Who else? Remy Ma, before Sheether came out, she said that bitch was trying to blackball her.
Lil' Kim.
Oh, J-Lo. No, she didn't blackball J-Lo.
A round of applause to J-Lo.
Yeah, she's getting the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. Deserved. Right now, as we're talking, she's about to do her little epic performance, and she can't sing for shit. Anyway, so
That ass though.
Oh, but she bad.
I mean, she's always been bad.
But she like 50 and
Yeah,
she still
it's
got
on
that
you,
ass though.
and the TV is on.
She's
so
gonna go all
this
Cirque
is
Soleil.
perfect.
She's about to go Cirque Soleil on us right now. She's about to get all pink, try to fly in the sky and shit.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so where was I before J-Lo's sexy ass came on my screen? Oh, who she blackballed? So K. Michelle, Meek Mill, Lil' Kim. She's black. She has a history of trying to blackball black women. Mm-hmm. She's had a history of that. And if you want to really get technical, shout out to Wanna Thompson.
Yep.
Jumped in her. We all know that history, how she jumped in her fucking DMs and cussed her out. And now you trying to say that you got blackballed. Fuck out of here, Nicki.
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Literally, fuck out of here. What the fuck you talking? What are you on right now?
Well, that's the thing. As soon as that got put out, I saw a whole bunch of retweets with the comments, and everybody saying, like you did Wanna. I could think of somebody, Wanna, and then every time it kept coming, all I could hear was, yes, yes, let him rain.
Vincent Price laugh.
I don't know if that's there.
I pushed it.
Oh.
Yes.
I guess it is.
Well, there you go.
It was just like there was like a whole bunch of shit that was going. It was funny to me. It was funny, but then the more I kept looking at it, I'm like, this is kind of sad because I low-key kind of predicted this a few weeks ago. I told you, this ain't going to go number one, and I don't know how she's going to handle it. And shit, she's handling it kind of well.
I'd say so.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I don't want to read that one.
I don't want to read that one.
Then she had one where she was saying that she screenshot another conversation.
You gonna read all that?
No, that's
there you go.
That was the one I was saying. I don't want to read all that.
And then she even said the album was perfection.
Okay, the genius,
man.
the genius shit.
Oh yeah,
I guess they were breaking down
lyrics
from there, and so she retweets and comments.
Yo! Niggas really said I'm calling Eve a zombie? What female rap album gets broken down like this? Queen Teens. I wrote Hard White a year and a half ago. But go off. I really have to laugh. Ha! Y'all don't find all this shit funny? I love the rap culture, man. I'm the female J.
See, you're getting too good at
She
that
said
right now.
what?
She's
She
the
said she's
female
the female J.
Maybe
Female J.
Jay
Yeah.
Versace.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Not Hove. Not Jay Versace. Like, she really, and that's the most annoying thing, even before this whole fucking mental breakdown happened. She was always breaking down her fucking lyrics on Twitter like it was some Hove shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Like
glad she blocked.
Motorsport one, dude. Like, oh my God.
Or the Mississippi line that was on the album. I'm glad she
And you know
blocked
what was
me.
funny is after every time she did that, I could really just picture her acting like she did some shit, and she would hit enter, and every time she'd hit enter, you'd hear.
I blew their mind. And it just goes to the fact that she
God.
really feels she write, like, she kept stressing that she wrote her raps. She was calling people saying that she wrote her raps. She was really, really trying to convince us. Like, okay.
I mean, it's cool.
At the same time,
They're not that
she's
great.
lying. No, she's lying. I think there's some truth in that.
Hey, honestly, even if she is, though, like, her bars are not that great.
No,
I mean, that's
her
just honest
bars
truth,
went
bro.
down.
Like, there's
What?
some where she actually hits, but...
I will give her this. She does have this over the greats.
Oh, God.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
God, I hate you.
Ain't nobody else got Joe out here singing the lyrics to the hook. I'm just
For
saying.
real.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
I'm
You're
just gonna
right.
say this.
You're right, bro. I
When
can't
she
even
was
deny that. You know
I'll
what I mean?
say
I
this.
can't.
I've said this before. When she was with Safari, her bars were decent.
Yeah.
They were good. But when he was out the picture, after Pink Print, when he was out the picture, that's when her verse went to
done.
shit. That's when
Once
her went to shit.
he left and started telling crowds, I fuck way better bitches than you.
Oh, shit.
That's just too much, man.
So, yeah, so is there more you gonna...
Now, this is where I felt like
she
she
needs
had
help.
skipped over from just regular drugs and she started snorting acid.
Whoa.
Damn.
All the queens I remember shook shit up. Queen of the week may go to Harriet Tubman. Had she just sat there and ate her rice, you niggas' history would have been a lot less triumphant. Unicorn.
Because there's a unicorn.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
There's a look.
I know, we got that.
No, he doesn't know though. There's a unicorn right there, so I had to pronounce it the way she would have pronounced it.
Unicorn.
Okay, why?
Are you dumb?
That's what I don't know. I'm just giving you what's in front
And
of me.
she got
I'm not trying to make sense of this shit.
And then she's just reading. And nah, it was just like, it was...
I feel like fucking Heath Ledger after the Joker. Shit.
God.
Don't lose your mind.
That's what I'm saying.
You become a bad bitch yourself.
Yeah.
Stay away from the pills. Stay away.
Don't become a barb, nigga.
Start practicing my little Uzi Vert strut and shit.
Oh, damn.
Walking around little Uzi strut. Ganja burn, ganja burn.
Look at J-Lo thinking she's
And
hit.
shoulder.
I'm watching J-Lo. She's like she hitting a high note. Fuck out of here.
And then here's the final one where I was just like, yeah, let's just get to the podcast, please, because there's nothing much to go after this.
Y'all, I had no idea Harriet Tubman was now trending. I said what I said. Queen Radio will honor her tomorrow. She says she could have rescued more slaves and if she had known that they were slaves. I fought for streaming services to count toward Billboard when a lot of niggas stayed quiet.
Okay, you need to stop, JC.
Yeah, so
Are you dumb?
at this point, she has now compared
Don't ever do that voice again.
the freeing of slaves
To album
during
sales.
slavery to the quote-unquote freeing of streaming services for Billboard for artists.
What kind of shit is
What kind of shit is that?
that?
Okay, I'll take this back a little bit because I just remembered something. When Pink Print came out, she said that it went platinum, and it only sold like 500K. And she was like, yeah, I'm just saying that because they're counting streaming services and da-da-da-da-da. She went on Twitter and said that, but it was before Billboard allowed it and shit like that. I'm not trying to make sense. The shit's fucking. She's out of her fucking mind right now, man.
Let me get out of character real quick. Hang on. All right, I'm back.
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, I'm back. All right, for sure, I'm back.
Don't ever do that voice again. That just sounds. She's a basic ass broad. So I just. Man, this is crazy to see. I thought they were saying this makes Mariah. Oh, is that Ja Rule? Holy shit, that's Ja Rule.
Okay, might have to turn this up.
Speaking of Ja, did you hear his and Ashanti's new song?
Nope.
So they sampled. Damn, I'm drawing a blank on her name. Remember in the third episode of Atlanta
She twerking
when
too.
Paperboy and
I'm looking at her ass.
Paperboy and Darius, they're sitting in the car waiting for the drug deal to go, and they're jamming out to the Cheryl. I forgot her last name. The Your Good Love.
Yeah.
They sampled that. It don't sound good. Yeah. The beat came on, and I was like, oh yeah, they sampled it. And then they actually started going, and then Ashanti's vocals hit, and I was like, ooh. Nah. And
so-
then they hit again, and I was like,
Okay.
Like, that ain't it.
nah.
That ain't it.
So what's your take on this? I already made my prediction last year. I said that Queen was gonna flop and Nicki was gonna diss Cardi out of desperation to stay relevant. It's coming to fruition because she is the way she's talking. It's going to happen,
It seems like it is.
On a collision course.
huh?
It's definitely on a collision course.
It's almost inevitable at this point. But Cardi's not. I really feel Cardi's not gonna say nothing.
Well, the thing of it is that, okay, so Cardi opened up the VMAs. Yeah, A-Rod just...
They were like, ooh.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna hit that.
That's going to be the best home run ever.
On steroids.
So,
J-Lo putting on a show too.
yeah, she is.
Why's DJ Khaled there?
I don't know. But Cardi opened up, and of course she wasn't performing. Mm-hmm. And she opened up saying that she's the Empress. I thought that was a jab.
That was a clear
I
jab.
definitely thought that was a jab.
Definitely.
And then she had what appeared to be the baby, but common folk knew that wasn't going to be the baby on stage with all that noise. Mm-hmm. So then she unravels the covering, and it's a VMA.
Yeah.
And I forgot what she had said there, but I took that as another shot at Nicki. And of course, we'll find out with the replay.
How's that a shot at Nicki?
It wasn't the trophy itself. I forgot what she said, but I remember hearing it and saying that could be a shot too. And then, of course, with her, just how she, she's Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody loves Cardi. Mm-hmm. So in seeing that, and of course, we know where Nicki is sitting.
Yes.
As I'm watching that, I'm just like, it's just a matter of time. Like, it's literally at a point now where you got to put timers on the watch and the phones
because Queen Radio, we're recording this on Monday. Queen Radio is gonna be live on Beats One Radio on Tuesday at 9 a.m. sharp, because last time she was like 2 hours late to her shit.
So 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. our time. And she's going to give out awards. Like, she's going to give out Queen of the Day.
So that goes back to
What she said
again,
in
how
VMAs.
I tied everything in. So the first award
Was Best Hip Hop Video.
and
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li took it.
Now, because fans vote for the awards
Right.
now.
Excuse me. So she took it. So she comes up on stage. She thanks everybody who's on the album. And then she gets into Queen Radio tomorrow.
And be sure to listen to who's going to win Cocksucker of the Year. She said it live,
Yeah.
too.
And then just walked off.
Cocksucker of the Day, or whatever.
And I was like,
And
okay, like...
The whole crowd was kind of
okay.
shocked she said it. Like, whoa, what the fuck? She's going to have Secret Hater of the Day. She said something like that. Cocksucker of the Day. And Queen of the Day and some other shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Nicki's just like, I feel that's where she's gonna diss Cardi. It's gonna be Secret Hater of the Day. That's what she's gonna give her. Oh yeah,
It could be.
yeah. And Charlamagne
I wouldn't doubt it.
and Charlamagne gave her fucking Donkey of the Day.
Yeah. Well deserved. I mean, it's well deserved when you think about what she's bitching and complaining about. Yeah. She went number 2 on Billboard and sold 185,000.
She's always been at number 2. That's the crazy part about it.
But still, I mean, that's a feat, bro. Like, to be honest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing wrong with it. It's only, and people are gonna hear this saying, "Well, I thought you guys are, the type where you don't care about numbers, yada yada yada." We don't. She's the one that emphasized, and her fan base is the one that keeps emphasizing it.
Numbers.
They were going to put up these numbers. They were going to kill. They were going to set records.
And
they didn't do it. I mean, unless it was the UK, unless she set a record there, because she did go
She did.
There.
She did talk about that. She did post that link.
Oh, of course.
She posted a retweet of it.
Yeah.
I honestly.
Yeah, she said 86 countries. I think she meant 86 counties. She was number 1.
Damn.
No, she was talking about iTunes. That's what she was talking about.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
What?
She was talking about the iTunes
the shit that only lasts for like 24 hours.
For an hour.
Every
hour. No, not every day. Every hour.
Shut the fuck up.
It changes
that stuff
every
doesn't
hour.
last.
Wow. Okay.
But she didn't think
So
that
at the
Barb's
time
do
she
that.
looked at it,
It was number 1.
Yeah.
So she posted it. He said, that's never happened with a female rap album again. Yeah, but then when the real charts come out, you ain't on them, baby girl.
And then Aretha passed, and then her shit just skyrocketed.
That was the funniest part. It was like the universe made sure. That this is what fucked up Nicki's whole shit. I'm gonna break it down right now. Timing. That's what fucked it up. Because I remember in her interview. Wow, Nicki fans are coming in my shit now. Wikipedia is the worst source. Shut up. Anyway, so timing. When Nicki did the interview when she debuted Barbie Tings and Chun Li with Zane Lowe, she said that her original plan was she was just gonna drop the album,
right?
Unannounced, but they announced shit. Right. She was just gonna drop the album and then pick the singles to do it from and shit like that. That's what she was gonna do, but she changed her mind and did what she did. If she would have did that 2 weeks after Cardi dropped her album, she would have got great numbers.
Yeah.
The fucking fans would have flocked to it. Everyone would have flocked to it. It would have edged onto the rumors about her beef with Cardi, but it would have...
It would have propelled it. That would have been the steam to get it to where she thought that her dropping it now would have gotten it.
Yeah. It would have been really talked about. I'm like, okay.
Of course.
Yeah, if she would have did that, yeah. There's the other thing that fucked it up. Bad press. All the antics that she did prior to the album dropping, the whole shit with Wanna, all that shit, that fucked it up because no one wanted to help her. And number 3, none of the singles and none of the features were hitting.
Nope.
None of them were hitting. None of them were charting until recently with Fifi.
You basically had everything I had, just in different order. I had said that number 1, the music itself didn't. It sounded all over the place. Like it didn't sound constructed.
Yeah, that part too.
That part, yeah.
So as a result, you get a project that's called Queen that doesn't sound like royalty.
Whew, that's a bar.
Yes. Like how I kept it subtle. I emphasize I ain't putting in capital letters.
Hey, it's coming out. It's coming out.
Shit. Get your ass back down there. Shotgun, please.
Dead. No. Like Trump. Dead.
Oh, fuck.
Dead. The next one, of course, was all the shenanigans that was going on outside the booth.
Right.
Were not Queen behavior. And then, of course, the people now finally have to conversate on what we've been saying for months now. The Cardi B effect. For the first time in Nicki's career, in terms of mainstream, there is a woman rapper who now has a solid body of work with solid hit singles.
Solid.
And is very likable, and now she has to compete with that. She didn't have to do that before.
Not to mention the album itself is solid. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, as a whole.
Right.
As a whole.
She hasn't had that until now. And that's a hell of a time to have that when you're naming an album Queen.
I told you, as soon as I knew she was going to name her album Queen, I knew that was something was up. It was like, you're not the Queen no more.
Yeah, well, first of all, she said she named the shit after
Princess Diana.
Princess Diane. And I'm like, wait a minute, she was never Queen. That's Princess Diane. Like,
maybe Queen Elizabeth.
Somebody.
You're trying to make sense of this shit again.
Hey, okay,
Like,
I can't be
not
logical.
working.
Yeah, my bad.
My bad.
I can just picture her again. I'm gonna call this team Queen.
Silence.
Yep. And then when she released the shit, everybody was like,
No.
That's why I call it peasant, because she's acting like a fucking peasant the entire time. Cardi is, I said it from like, Cardi was the person she needed to be afraid of. I'll never forget when I saw Bodak Yellow when she performed it at a little small venue, and all them little hood rap fans that were Nicki fans a long time ago were rapping along to her shit, her demographic. I was like, Nicki needs to be afraid. She needs to do exactly what Drake did. She needs to do exactly what Drake did, and like when J. Cole came into the picture, and become BFF with her. But she didn't, because women hate women. Word to Chris Rock.
speaking of Drake, you and I talked about this a couple days ago.
Yep.
This peasant rollout has actually made me appreciate the Scorpion rollout. And I will say this, I'm not letting him go off the hook, because I still felt like no man should tell you, shut up, don't answer, when you're the one that said your demise will be televised. But what I am going to point out is when you compare it with Peasant, he got quiet.
Very quiet.
He then went and started releasing some very highly publicized videos.
Yep.
Because remember, even though how I feel about I'm Upset, it was a Degrassi reunion, that shut everything down. So he was doing that. He then had a single, he had a song that became a single on accident. And then he capitalized on that.
Dropped the album, got the record sales.
Did one more video for that. Well, two more because of the nonstop, but that was kind of there. But then did the In My Feelings video. Right. Now he's on tour.
Yeah.
So he literally rolled out and got the fuck out. He put the album out, got his numbers, got the videos, and now he's on tour.
It's dissing Kanye, too.
And we'll get into that. Too. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Dissing Adidas. Did you hear that shit?
He did.
Checks over stripes. It was on the sicko mode.
Well, we'll get to that later. But yeah, the way Drake did that, he got his sales. I don't even go even further. Eminem, when Revival dropped, he did over like 300 something K. He still went number one. Well, but he still, it was
yeah. You tried.
No. But it was his lowest.
Listen.
Listen. The point I'm trying to make, it was his lowest selling debut. You know, because this is Nicki's lowest selling debut album. Yeah. It's his he's not used to those numbers, but he didn't give a fuck. He went in the booth and rapped and just moved the fuck on.
But Nicki, you know the difference between him is he's like 14 or 15 years older.
That too.
And he wasn't a part of he's not a social media era rapper. Yeah. So,
and he could have easily did it.
And he's how many years into his career versus how many years she's in her career?
He already has like two diamond albums, two diamond records and shit.
He's rapped in 3 different decades. So, I mean, that was to come expect. Like,
yeah, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
Overall, like you're good.
But still, it's just this.
I mean, you should feel good about that I debunked that. Like, now you can keep him out of that talk.
No, but the point it's just crazy just seeing how she's taking this, and it's just like I don't know what else is gonna happen, because the tour, she's announced that the tour that she's supposed to go on, she might push that back to next year because she wants to go in Europe and shit like that.
What's that mean for Future?
What's that mean? Shit. What's that mean for fucking 6ix9ine? Like, it's like, what? Why are you gonna push her out? Okay, so that means ticket sales ain't going too well. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then shit.
But man. You know who's going to good for?
Straight up,
Lil Flame. Once again, let's give another round of applause for Travis Scott
for being number one again.
Yeah. So that brings his count up to I think just under 800,000 now.
He's pretty much gold now. He's about to go platinum next week.
Well, he was gold last week.
Well, he's platinum now.
So I mean, he's just under 800,000 now.
Yeah.
So that means by the end of the month he should be platinum.
He should be by this week. Shit.
And he's still off doing.
He announced the tour for Astroworld.
Yeah, so he announced the tour for Astroworld, at least the first leg of the trek.
Because he ain't coming. He's coming to Sacramento, but he ain't coming out here in the Bay, which kind of makes me mad. What? Oh yeah, for Rolling Loud, but for the tour, his tour.
As of now, we don't know it, but But the thing is, he's a headliner. He's not just coming to perform.
True.
He is actually headlining Sunday night.
And apparently, he said in the tweet, "There's not going to be no seats. It's going to be straight up madness."
I can't wait.
It's going to pretty much be the St. Pablo tour.
I can't wait.
It's pretty much going to be the St. Pablo tour. That's what it's going to be.
It's going to be. Oh my god.
I mean, he's headlining though this time around.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's bringing other people along. I forgot who was bringing along.
But that's just going to add to it, though.
If he brings Denzel Curry, it's a wrap.
No, he's not bringing them.
I got to put it in the universe. I got to try. I have to do something.
For once, I want to benefit myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But in addition to that, He's also going to be serving as the executive producer for NBA 2K19 and the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something that's mega because we know the impact of 2K. Mm-hmm. We know how detailed and how focused they make that soundtrack. Like that soundtrack every year.
I still feel.
I think it's at this point it's overgone Madden.
Yeah.
Like
that soundtrack's been better.
Yeah.
I remember when Hov was the executive producer that one year. I think that was one of the best ones. Remember Jay-Z did it? And then that's when they incorporated the music videos into the gameplay and shit. Do they still do that?
Not the music videos, but they do have the pre-game song bites. Yeah. And they have the animation.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, when Humble came on in 2K last year, oh my God.
You lost your mind, didn't you?
It was, because it's the home team's point guard. Mm-hmm. And then it's pretty much showing the point guard just going off on everybody to Humble in the background.
Nice.
That's right.
And then in between the actual plays, it's the point guard at half court just dribbling the ball, holding the two basketballs, and then just bouncing it and walking away. And then it goes into the pre-intro games or the intro.
See,
game.
I remember the one with Jay-Z when he executive produced it, and I remember they had the victory video. Mm-hmm. I was just
my God,
that was dope.
Yeah.
But I was telling Max I'd be playing it with Red, and he'd be all impatient, like, man, I don't want to watch all this. I'm like, man, fuck you. I want to watch this shit. The reason why I paid money for this shit, you ain't paid. We gonna watch it.
Ain't gonna watch this dunk cam.
Replay and
Yeah, but SOB RXC's on the album on the mixtape or
Anti's gonna be on the soundtrack, and then the Pharaoh bitch on big timing is gonna be on the soundtrack.
Big time.
And then of course, in order to announce this, LeBron actually went and interviewed him. Mm-hmm. And they had a whole nice piece on there. So again, I don't even want to give a hand clap. We got to give the air horn for that. Shout out to Trav. Like,
for real.
If you told me going into this year, Trav was going to have the album that would be the second most selling,
and probably maybe arguably album of the year.
Right. Shit. I would look at it and be like, that's something to hope for.
I didn't think he was going to sell that much. That's the crazy part. That was the surprise of the year. I didn't think he was going to sell that much. Well, that's the thing.
You go from 85,000 to 88,000 to 533. Yeah, whatever the hell.
Whatever.
Yes.
That's
whatever
crazy.
Was 600% increase. Yeah. That's what he did.
Because of the bundle pack. And we can thank Prince for that.
Yeah.
For that idea.
Hey, man. Well, works. You know
it does. VMAs is still going on right now. We don't know who's winning shit. We just know Nicki won, and
now but we go back to Cardi.
Oh yeah, Cardi opened.
Because remember, no. Remember, so while Nicki was with Flex, remember what Flex had to say about Cardi?
Oh, that dumb shit. Yeah.
So let's play a Flex bomb real quick. So Flex ended up going on Instagram,
something like that. He responded to a comment.
And he basically called out Cardi, saying that her and her team were offering radio stations pay to get on radio.
I'm like, isn't that what everyone does?
Now, how he worded it, he made it sound like this was going on since Bodak Yellow dropped. So, of course, now people are going to look at... So now, because if you're being highly publicized, you shouldn't have to pay, which I agree. If you're being put to the forefront and you're on number one on all these video countdowns, you're number one on radio, like there shouldn't be a need to pay. However, it wasn't during this. It was when she was still doing mixtapes and coming off of Love and Hip Hop. And I'm thinking about that and I'm asking, when the hell hasn't any artist that's come up not tried to offer some payola to the radio to get on? There's the whole first episode and the ending of Atlanta, the pilot episode. It's earn going in there and slipping the money with the CD in there.
The ending with Hustle and Flow. I'm like
that. That's a part of the culture. We've known that.
No, I just took that. I took that as Nicki called up Flex and told him to fucking say that shit.
I think she was just digging up dirt, man, or trying to. You know what I mean?
And then she had to pay no money for it, and like Aubrey's ass.
But as we've seen with Cardi since Bodak Yellow, no weapon formed against her shall prosper, because then I think it was not even a day later, Flex came out and apologized and pretty much said, yeah, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, pretty much. And then on top of that, Cardi's album just announced today that it crossed 1.3 billion streams for Invasion of Privacy. It's like every time Nicki keeps saying something. Not only that, Ring sold, like the video dropped today, as we were talking about. But that video, they already crossed over 500,000 units. like sold units and shit. And fucking what the other song was SZA, that sold over 500K. So it's like she's having hits after hit after hit.
That whole album is a hit.
It's
Crazy. Every song is a hit.
And
Even when I said when we first reviewed it, Drip.
Yeah,
it only took like 2 weeks, and then Drip grew on me, and that was the one song I had a critique about.
Yeah, everything else, it's just like Cardi doesn't even have to drop another album. And I keep saying that she really does not have to drop another album. She can literally just kick back and just do other little shit like TV shows, podcasts. She could do whatever the fuck she wants and just live off features in this album.
Well, I mean, she's an entertainer, bro.
At the end of the day, she's
definitely
talented.
She's funny
It's
as hell.
who she is.
Like she's real personal. I mean, who doesn't get caught up in that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to Cardi again, the new queen. The new queen of hip hop.
She is the queen. I'm gonna say I'll state this. Excuse me. So you have Rhapsody. Rhapsody is the universal.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Rapper,
Just because a lot of people seem to forget to bring her up. And what I've kind of seen from it is the only thing I could speculate on that is that she's quote unquote too good to just be categorized as a female MC, which I get.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still got to bring her up.
Of course.
Mean, it could be that piled with the fact that she doesn't have the look. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Or the hit single.
Of course. But what she lacks in
Yeah.
commercial success, she has in respect for her
definitely.
craft. So that you know what I'm saying? That's so overall.
Yeah.
But in terms of mainstream, there's no argument. It's Cardi.
She's the queen.
And if there's any argument, just go look at the Billboard.
What we are witnessing right now is the changing of the guard.
Yeah.
That's what we are witnessing. It is literally, and Cardi doesn't want to admit that she's the new queen. She just wants to make music and just do whatever. But to the general public, she's the new queen of rap right now. It just is what it is. I didn't think it was going to happen this way, but shit.
I didn't think it to be that quick, man.
That's how quick it is.
But then again, I didn't think that Drake would have had the end of May, the start of the summer, the way he did.
Can you imagine everyone in Young Money took that L? They took a massive L. I don't know which L was worse. What Kanye did, what happened with Drake, or what's going on with Nicki.
Probably run a poll on that this week.
Huh?
Probably run a poll on that this week.
Like, I don't know what's worse. Like, this is just... Because what Kanye did, that was bad for the fans. To him, he was trolling.
Well, if you want to get technical with it... Kanye said what he said, still sold over 200,000. Drake said what he said, got dissed and got silenced when he got silenced, sold over 200,000. Nicki did what she did, didn't sell over 200,000.
Didn't even get to 200,000.
So close.
Ow.
Oh God! I was going to say at least you tried, but shit, that works.
we don't give Sheether enough credit, man. Why is it yuck? No, it's.
Are you dumb?
We don't give that album.
Why are you saying you're dumb?
No, because it was like the signature saying that she said.
I thought this was the signature.
Both of them were. It was like, "Oh fuck me, are you dumb?" It was just how she said it. I just love it. But it was that moment.
Chain,
You
pink chicken chain wearing.
And the thing was, Remy Ma didn't want to be the queen. She didn't want to do none of that. She wanted to prove a point. She knocked the crown out of her head. That's what she did.
Honestly, it's the thing, man. Nicki and Drake both got their crowns popped off by two artists that don't give a fuck about it.
Yep.
That's what's so wild about it. Is that usually you would think that, and I think that's what makes it so interesting about the changing of the guard, why you didn't see it that way. We all thought that it would be somebody coming for the number one spots that would have snatched it.
Right.
But it wasn't the case for both of them. It was two well-established, well-respected artists within the culture that will never get it because of their history, what they, their image. They won't be allowed to be number one in the eyes of America. So what do they do in the meantime? They just smack the shit off and then go back.
Yeah. They smack and go. Drake's.
That's what I was gonna say.
Drake's hip hop crown is off. His pop is still intact. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I mean,
he's the one that's gonna be
artist.
okay.
Thank you. In terms of hip hop, it's definitely off. But overall, he's good.
Yeah.
They got attacked by actual hip hop artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like real hip hop artists.
And they showed the difference.
Yeah.
There's still a difference between hip hop and the pop charts.
Yeah.
I don't know which one was more disrespectful, Sheath or Story of Avalon. Just
Well, Story of Avalon changed
Story-
everything.
Yeah.
I mean
literally
disrespectful.
changed
I mean
everything.
not impact. I'm talking which one was more disrespectful. Because man,
That could be a poll.
no, that is
Yeah,
because
that
on-
actually works.
Because on one hand, on one hand, Remy did call out her brother. And
it was just
said
more
all
shit
that,
talking
but-
about her fake ass implants
right?
and shit.
But it wasn't
yeah.
stuff that we didn't know.
That's true.
Push, on the other hand,
I mean,
came out and said, "Your mom's a loser,
Bitch.
Your mom's a loser,
Bitch.
Your dad is Diet Stephen
Oh.
Harvey. Oh, and by the way,
Your friend is dying.
your friend's dying. Oh, and by the way, in case anybody doesn't know, you are hiding a child." So I think just from that,
Oh God.
I'd still give it to Push, but it's actually closer than I would have given credit
Because
for.
the
We'll run a poll on that.
Sheether,
we gotta run a
Sheether
poll
was
on that,
like
yeah.
more
Yeah.
like ether. It burned slow. So this one, it was like she punched her and she was like, "The fuck happened? I'm okay." It's like that Ric Flair shit. You know how he does the flop, how he walks and he just flopped to the ground.
Oh,
That's what happened with Nicki.
You know what it is? She punched her, and all the while she was woozy, thinking shit was still gonna work. Here comes Cardi B, and then she climbed all the way to the charts. That's what happened. She never fully recovered from Sheether,
Never
and as a result of
recovered.
not recovering
Yeah.
from Sheether, the crown was on the ground.
She hasn't even like acknowledged Sheether even happened. That's the crazy thing about the only way she kind of acknowledged it was no frauds.
Right, but you can acknowledge Safari's hairline. You can acknowledge Wayna. Wana. You can acknowledge everything else that has at the end of the day doesn't have much significance. But when you were fully attacked and they came for you, and you want to change the topic, that's not a queen of hip hop to me. I'm sorry.
That's a peasant.
If you came at MC Light like that,
Ooh, Queen Latifah.
you came at Queen Latifah like that.
Yeah, I
You
was
came
about
at
to
the
say,
Rat like
Digger?
that.
Who you calling a bitch?
You know what I'm saying? You came at 96 Kim like that.
Or Raw Digger.
Rod Digger.
Ooh.
Missy Elliott.
Missy probably wouldn't diss you on
Yeah,
wax,
nah.
but she would have a wild ass music video,
hell
and
yeah.
everybody would know that
Like,
that's
dude,
what it was.
Her shit would go #1 off top.
Don't come
if
at
she attacked. If she was attacked.
Lady of Rage?
I'll throw one. Yeah, don't come at Lady Rage, but I'll throw a wild card at you. Don't come at Yo Yo like that.
Don't come at
man.
Eve like that.
Don't mess with my yo.
Don't come at Eve.
Damn.
Yeah. For those who don't
Hey.
know,
How about everyone that was on the My Bitch Bad remix?
yeah. For those who don't know about Eve, Eve is, and
Dangerous.
she's a very beautiful woman,
Yes,
Oh, that's off top.
curvaceous and all that. But what a lot of people don't know is how she got signed to Rough Riders. The story behind that is she had to freestyle against DMX, Dragon, and the Locks. That's how she had to
She
secure
had to
her
do it
roster
10
spot.
times. She had to do 10 times as hard. She had to go 10 times as hard. That's what
Let me
women
say that
do.
again. Let me say the artists again. DMX, Dragon, Jada Kiss, Styles P, Chic Luch.
But again,
That's how she got her
that's not
roster.
to take
spot.
nothing
and a lot
away.
of people will hear Drag On and they're like, who's that? They don't know.
No.
That dude before when he first came out, he was spitting.
Yeah.
But that's
boy
not
go
to take
hard.
nothing away from what Nicki's done, because she's accomplished a lot. She's kind of outspitting niggas and shit like that, and the come up and
course.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
But when we talk about when it comes to battles and all the shit she's done, man, it's just
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
oh man, this is like I said, we're witnessing the changes in the guard. I don't know how long Cardi's gonna be on top. I don't know, but right now she's the new queen, or
yeah.
you never know. It might just be vacant.
Yeah. I mean, we're ending this decade next year. At the end of next year, the decade's over. So,
There's not no queen of rap no more. I mean, Nicki's
you know
there.
how it goes. Once you get to the last 2 years of the decade, that's when things start
Hey, man.
tilting.
Yeah.
We saw it the last decade.
Yeah.
That's when 3 artists came onto the scene. J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar.
And Big Sean and Wale. But the ones who made the most impact on
When you want to talk about the
three-headed,
former
about, like-
3-head.
Yeah.
the two-head with the little owl.
Yeah. Yeah, his face isn't there anymore. It's just the owl.
It's just the owl, like iLLogical from Aladdin. Just chilling there.
These motherfuckers.
But in the midst of all this Nicki stuff, so there was a lot of beef that was popping off. And one of it actually stemmed from, I don't want to say stemmed from Nicki, but she was indirectly involved. So, of course, she has the Fifi record.
With
Wait.
our favorite rapper, not our favorite, interesting rapper.
Well, I'll say he's an interesting
He's
figure.
interesting, not our favorite,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
good way to say it.
So she has that record. And then she still has the Big Bank feature for YG. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we know YG and 6ix9ine, they're not on the best terms.
They've been beefing since. Well, actually, it's all came from YG. Actually, he's the one that started because of the whole blood talk with 6ix9ine and shit.
Right. And all of a sudden, 6ix9ine, I think it was a week ago. I think we missed it last week.
It started and then it escalated.
So he calls out YG on Instagram, making fun of Big Bank because the record with Nicki Minaj didn't top his record with Nicki Minaj.
He's always talking
that Nicki Minaj then later took and added as a bonus track on her album, even though that's not her song.
I mean, if I was 6ix9ine, I'll talk.
You know.
If I was 6ix9ine,
queen.
I would be cocky as fuck to have one of the biggest rappers add a song that they're featured on their album just to help them sell. Man, I would feel cocky as fuck. I would feel cocky. He has every reason to feel cocky. I would feel I am the king of New York. That's what he still feels. But
So he went and basically was saying YG could suck this, he could just all kinds of
suck
that.
my dick.
Yeah. And I knew it was real because YG wasn't using Pyru vernacular. Everything was properly spelled. And he just, I think it was, I can't wait till we cross paths.
I can't wait to see you. That's what he said.
Yeah, something like that. But I knew it was real when it was can't, not banned. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's when I knew.
It was like, oh.
That's when I knew when it was time to pop off.
Yeah.
It's going to pop off.
He's speaking proper English.
Right.
Like, it's on site, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because I don't know if I've said it on air, but I've actually been saying this is one I don't want to see happen because YG is about that life.
Yeah.
Like it's not for show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this ain't no Instagram.
But 6ix9ine is a troller,
yeah.
and he runs and hides. But like Wayno said on Everyday Struggle, yes, I still kind of watch it every now and then because he always said because he's talking about how he has security around him. Mm-hmm. The Twin Towers fell too. The Twin Towers fell at some point. Yeah. So
I mean, I get you.
Those bars.
So it's gonna. So 6ix9ine better watch himself. That leads me to another point because remember when Joe Budden went off on academics about kicking it with XXX and shit?
Yeah.
Well, Wayno did the same shit to Ack, but it was more subtle, and he pretty much said the same shit that Joe said. Like you need to disaffiliate yourself with this dude because every time you're around him, fuck shit happens. Now, speaking of fuck shit, him and 50 Cent have a song coming out with Casanova called "Get the Strap."
You'll get the strap.
Hey man, that just hearing that song, all of them are aggressive ass niggas.
It's gonna be wild.
I'm kind of like,
wild.
I might actually want to enjoy this. So they shot the video of it out in New York, and in the song, because what's his name, 6ix9ine has beef with Chief Keef.
Cardi won.
Hey,
round of applause for
let's
Cardi.
see if they do a camera pan to Nicki.
Oh yeah,
I don't think Nicki's
turn
there.
Up the volume too, man.
Well,
I want to hear this.
What is
She won
for?
Best New Artist.
Okay, cool. Good for her.
Oh shit, got the wrong remote. Don't sue us, MTV.
Yeah. In the meantime, for the listeners,
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
that shit would sound so.
Trying to
dope,
get
too.
up with her dress. Her first VMA too. Oh, she won for I like. Oh, probably I like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Best
best
artist, for sure.
artist.
Yeah. Shouts out to her.
Yeah, kind of makes me wish she did another video for Bodak Yellow, because that video was kind of blah. Well, she had a tiger in that shit.
Yeah, you can't be blah and have a fucking tiger.
Forgot
in
about
that
that.
shit.
She was
man.
scared shitless of that.
Only other person I remember having a tiger was Michael Jackson.
I was just gonna say that shit.
He had a lion, I think.
Either way, he had some form of fucking animal that ain't supposed to be domesticated.
True. I am waiting for them to cut to Nicki. Are they gonna cut to Nicki? She's not
She
there.
probably backstage.
She left.
Yeah. She ain't stupid. But anyway, so back to
What were we talking about? Oh, the video shoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the song, she was 6ix9ine dissed Chief Keef, and not Chief Keef, but he also dissed his mom and all types of shit. And it was just like, okay, you're really taking it there, aren't you?
Get the strap.
You about that action. And apparently someone got the strap and let off like 15 shots or something at the video shoot.
Damn.
So I don't know what to say, but that's when I say you want to, like, I don't think 6ix9ine learned his lesson from XXX. If you want to keep that same energy, they really are there. And Drake couldn't be there.
That's what I'm saying.
They would have gave him an award.
Shout out to Offset for supporting his wife.
Wife.
And the mother of his child.
Something that Nicki doesn't
One of his
have,
child.
and
One of his children.
and a child that Drake will never ever commit to.
When you hear children, do you ever just go back to Black Dynamite? I used to be a children. I can't hear children the same way anymore. Like, children, I used to be a children.
But when it comes to the whole 6ix9ine shit, like I said, he better keep that same energy because, like I said, everything in the universe is happening the way it's happening right now. So it will come back to you.
Yeah.
You bring fuck shit what happened to you?
I was making fun of you earlier, but I will say you were on a hot streak right now.
Who, me?
Yeah,
How?
You're definitely on a hot streak. A lot of the predictions that you were throwing out at the end of last year or the start of this year.
Busby don't bullshit.
Yeah. I'll give you one of those.
You better give it to me. And, if we're keeping with beef, Drake is still keeping some of that. Who the fuck is this?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Is that Joey Badass or ASAP?
Oh, that is A$AP.
Yep, A$AP.
I forgot about his album. Why is he gonna give me epilepsy? I can't be looking at this.
Shit up.
Look, Mom, I'm so high. We both ain't high right now. All three of us ain't high watching this. There would have been a lot of silence. We were talking like, yeah.
Would have been a different kind of The Ring.
And all you heard was
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
just on repeat.
Ganja burn, ganja burn.
Until we got sued.
Don't sue us, Joe.
Shit.
Don't sue us, please. What is?
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, I know.
Is that James Blake? I think it is. He white.
Wait, is
White boy.
that ASAP or is that Trav?
That's
Them niggas look really alike, man.
a white boy. That is a white boy.
Yeah, I think that's Blake.
Is
Yeah, that's Trav.
Oh, so he performed that. Oh, so Travis was rapping and then
Yeah, Trav was giving us epilepsy. I don't know if I want to go with this
No,
show
no.
now.
I think that was ASAP. That was ASAP.
Oh, okay.
And
Nah,
then
that
it went
had to
to
be ASAP, dude.
That was ASAP.
Yeah.
I don't know. We all over the place. Trying to figure out what the fuck-
Well, 100th episode, we just
Yeah.
all over the place. All right, so Drake is on tour and I made another prediction saying I feel something gonna happen while he's on tour because even though Nicki's
He already
going
got his
through
tour
this
bus
shit,
fucked with.
he already got his tour bus fucked with. It was delayed and shit. It's going off for great shit. But I made another prediction saying something's gonna happen on tour where he's gonna snap. Right now Nicki is losing her mind. Drake ain't too far off.
So I'm saying he's on a hot streak right now. Another one. Because he did say it appears like he snapped.
That is Travis.
Told you.
Oh shit.
Them niggas really do look alike.
They really did.
Yeah.
What's he performing?
Yeah, they do.
Because niggas are going wild
Sicko mode.
without Drake.
Well, because this is the part without him.
Yeah.
And there's that big ass head.
Hi. Kylie just bobbing her head like, hi. That's
Hi.
what she looked like she was saying. Just, hi.
Ragers. Oh, that's what I forgot to say. Time out real quick. In terms of fan bases, I'm actually in the power rankings. I'm going to put the Ragers ahead of the Barbs.
Oh, they're way ahead of the Barbs. They're shit. Beehive, the Rihanna Army, stans, like Eminem stans, Gaga fans.
So I'm watching this right now. They did a cut to Quavo. Can you imagine how Quavo feels right now? Because at the end of last year,
Everyone thought he was that
No,
nigga.
it was Huncho Jack Huncho. And then Culture 2 dropped and nobody really is popping like this. This motherfucker dropped Astro World and now he's
Shitting on
the
everything.
headliner to end out the rest of the year. Like,
On an
like
arena
actually
tour.
think about that for a second. Because when Huncho Jack Huncho came out, we weren't looking or predicting Trav to be the one that would be here right now. That's wild.
I didn't think his album was gonna drop. but
That's wild.
He was a wild card.
What was your wild card? Now Drake.
Okay, so I feel back to Arbery, Mr. I Am Hiding a Child. He was on stage performing "Know Yourself," and he switched up the lyrics to one of the lines, and he mentioned that Kanye flopped with his album. He's like, and then Kanye flopped and blah 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 backpacks.
So here's my question: if he feels Kanye flopped with 207,000,
And he debuted at number 1 too.
and he debuted at number 1, What does he think about Nicki debuting at number 2 with 185,000?
Well, technically, they're not label mates no more.
But I'm just saying, what does he think?
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is he out there?
You want to know something else? He didn't post Nicki's album on his.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm wondering, like, what does he think about that? Is it on one hand where it's just he was trying to keep the peace? Or on the other hand, the only reason why he was thinking about Queen was because a certain somebody was out here singing
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
You know what I'm saying?
He's cool, but isn't he cool with Joe Budden now? He's
That's
cool with
the
him.
thing.
He's
Yeah,
hella cool with Joe Budden now.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. I be thinking about stuff. Like if that was a flop, what's this then?
Yeah,
Right.
what is that? It's just he just needs to stay silent.
Yeah.
But now he's keeping that same. And why are you still attacking Kanye? Like honestly, why are you still going after him? Did you see what Kanye was wearing at 2 Chainz's wedding? Did you see that suit? Yeah, I couldn't say coat, but you see that suit he was wearing?
Man, fuck the suit. You see them damn raggedy ass, sandal ass,
Whatever, man.
Jerusalem 7s.
Hey, man. Jerusalem 7.
Oh, you didn't see the Jerusalem 7s?
Oh, I saw him.
Shit. I'll show you right
Hey,
now.
man. He was comfortable.
Them damn Jerusalem 7s, boy.
Kim was looking nice, with looking like a fucking highlighter. But hey, man,
Look like every bit of the Lambo that Cardi B used in motorsport. It's exactly
you
what
just
the
go
fuck
on
she looked
Kanye's
like.
page because he has himself up
I
there.
think I retweeted it.
Or you can just go on media on your phone.
Nah, it's close.
It's easier. There you go. That it? Yep.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, you could.
I'm trying to get a better angle because I retweeted it earlier. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm just curious. But then another thing popped up that was random. He took a pic with Jay-Z at the On the Run 2 tour. Drake.
Message.
So that just tells me either Hov really doesn't fuck with Kanye like that, or it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or I don't know. And
Which is wild too, because I mean, when we broke down
the what's the song?
Everything Is Love, and
That song, what was it? Boss.
yeah,
Yeah, I still feel that was directed at Drake. I don't feel that was at Kanye.
It definitely was. It had to be.
It had to be. Even Joe Budden really feels that was at Kanye, which it could be, but I'm like, no, he has the right people around
those are
him.
Jerusalem 7s. I told you.
Hey, those are hey, man.
Nah, man, you see that? Those are the 10s, bruh.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, come on,
My
man.
bad.
There's
But it
an
has to
X
be
on there, bruh.
but it has to be Jerusalem 7s because it's holy. Get it? Because it's holy shoes. Hey, I'm on the run. I'm on the run. But yeah, I'm speaking of On the Run tour, man. I'm still thinking about going. You gonna go to that?
Maybe.
This next month.
They don't really seem to be performing
The new albums, the new
joint
songs.
album, so I'm kind of like, nah.
But it's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Plus, I feel like the Coachella performance is pretty much how I expect to see Jay.
Yeah.
Like, he really comes out there for like a little bit.
And then Beyonce does the whole work.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Beyonce needs to
he goes
release
back
that
and-
shit.
Probably opens, dude.
Yeah, like he
you know
goes
what
back
I mean?
and just kicks it with Rick Rubin.
See, Beyonce needs to release that Coachella performance
Yeah.
on DVD, man, or Blu-ray. Just show like a whole documentary behind the scenes of how she did that shit. Because, man, that whole performance still is one of the greatest performances I've seen ever.
Yeah.
So.
No, but back to 2 Chainz, man. I want to give a round of applause for 2 Chainz for sealing the deal with his fiance, wrapping it up. Damn Kanye, did y'all see Wayne?
Wayne looked happy.
God.
Wayne looked happy.
That's
That
how
looked
he-
happy to
He
you?
looks happy he's free.
Wayne looked like Coolio.
Wayne looks happy.
Have you seen Coolio lately?
I know what
It looked
Coolio
like,
looks
like you know how what's called in Space Jam, how the players they touch the ball, they lose their powers. He looked like he lost his powers.
Maybe he's been really just working on Carter 5, trying to perfect it.
He's literally working his hair off.
Yeah.
I don't know why he
He's
showed up.
losing hair, working on it.
He showed up to
Yeah.
a wedding looking like that. Like,
Maybe
my
Nicki
nigga.
should go take the funds she gave to Safari, double that, and go have him go see the doctor. Because, man,
He looked rough.
Like a used mop, bro.
Woof.
I thought my shit was rough. Like, he still has hair on, like, dreads on the side, but the middle's gone.
It's all, isn't it like blondish
Sounds so
now?
distressed too, bro. Like he had hair and dreads, and
Well, no.
it's gone.
See, at
It's
least
gone.
I'm just looking at it. He's smiling, and Busby's right. He did look happy. I'm not going
Looks
to take that
really
away
happy.
from him.
He's in a sunken place.
But at the
No,
same
no,
time,
Kanye
he
is.
at the same time,
Well,
he
he
looked
definitely
happy, and he looked happy. But everything else
Let
about
that
him
nigga live his
look
best
happy.
life.
Everything else
man.
looks sad.
I don't think that's his best life.
Hey man, let him live his best.
I don't think
if
that's
he wants
his
to
best
look like
life.
a
Pretty
raggedy
sure they're
Ann.
saying his best life,
If,
bro.
if Wayne wants to look like a Raggedy Ann that's free from his daddy, let him be a free Raggedy Ann. Living his best life.
I still think Carter
not.
3 circa was his best life.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting paid. Well, the producers weren't.
The producers definitely won.
But he sold $1 million a week.
Yep.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean that's Carter 4.
Yeah, we're talking about Carter 3.
Carter 3. Yeah, he did. Anyway,
definitely
yeah,
did that
Wayne
shit.
living his best life. Shout out to 2 Chainz getting married. Kanye was looking like a boss. And Teyana Taylor, his label mate, Teyana Taylor. His artist, yeah.
Or maybe soon to be former artist.
Yeah.
Teyana
We don't
Taylor-
know yet.
Hey, Teyana Taylor gives no fucks. So,
None.
on Twitter, earlier this week, she announced that she was no longer going to be on tour because she knows if she's on tour any longer, she tweeted this out that she was going to fuck Jeremih up. And Teyana, she's from Harlem, right? Or is she from? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's from Harlem. She's
She's
from
from
New York.
Harlem and Iman's from Chicago.
Yeah, so she don't want to. She doesn't want to deal with this shit no more. She don't take that shit. She don't take the bullshit.
You know who confirmed that she has hands? Of all people?
I'm trying to think. It was somebody. Don't say. I don't want to say it's about. Oh, yeah. It was Sage
the Gemini
I got slapped by her one day.
said that she slapped him and he can confirm that she has hands.
Why would you admit that?
Why?
Sage is kind of weird.
Realistically, what has he got to lose?
True.
You know what I
He
mean?
already lost Jordan.
Damn, that was how many years ago?
2, I think.
Damn, he's never been the same since.
Nope.
That's another story.
Yeah.
So,
That is.
so then anyway,
Might deserve a halfer.
Anyway, so Teyana Taylor said that she was going to lead the tour and shit like that, and then literally 24 hours, and then they were going back and forth on Instagram, and she was saying that when I perform, half the fucking crowd leaves anyway because they don't want to see your ass. And and Jeremiah was going back and forth with her, and she was saying that he was an asshole. And then, literally 24 hours later, they announced, she announced that the tour is now called the Keep the Same Energy Tour, and Dana Lee's still gonna, like the other opener, I'm still gonna take her with me. Jeremiah is no longer on the tour. So Jeremiah got kicked off his own shit.
I mean, really wasn't his own shit, though, because he was basically going off of EP records and then apparently performing
See, there was this argument on Twitter.
IOU or whatever it is they spelled. Before they say he was performing for like 10 minutes straight. He was just hitting riffs.
Really?
That's what they were saying. Like, he would come on, he'd perform it, and like 5 minutes later, he's still performing the same song.
That's fucking dumb.
Okay.
But see, here's my theory on it. I feel like he was on a few stops, and then it like dawned on him. Wait, I'm dropping an album with Ty Dolla $ign this week. Let me get the fuck out of here so I can go schedule another tour and go do some shit that actually makes sense.
But what's even more crazy? No, but it's just like, why would you? This ain't the first time he's been on. Like, he got kicked off. Remember the shit with Party Next Door when they had Funk, and he sent his boy out there like some MF Doom shit, performing his songs and then leaving in a hoodie. Like, nigga, what? And they said he's like a fucking weirdo. So
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't put it past him for him to say, fuck this tour. I'm gonna go split some Ty Dolla $ign money. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that tour.
The value of a Ty,
Serious,
the value of a Ty Dolla, is higher than a Teyana Dollar. If you get what I'm saying.
I guess.
So
I get you.
But apparently Teyana Taylor like fell off the stage at some shit. So and so she was making accusations that he'd be fucking up the floor, trying to make her slip and shit, all types of. Yeah, man, that's what she was saying. Like, I don't know what's going on over there on that tour, man.
See, there know you if you slip and slide.
My God.
Hey, but she's bringing Dana Lee. She about to come out here like next month.
I actually want to see her perform.
I want to see Dana Lee perform.
Because that song's booming right now.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be the song that's gonna probably pop. She needs to do a video for that now.
Yeah. That one, Ella May's follow-up Trip, and then, like I said, Tinashe with that surprise-ass Youngberg produced joint that came out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, speaking of other female MCs, R&B, this one was doozy.
To say the least.
To say the Robert Grasper. Now, who is Robert Grasper?
Robert Glasper's the instrumentalist. So remember when I was talking about the jazz album last week? Yeah, he was part of that.
Okay.
And he's been on, just go check the credits. You'll see he's been on a Who's Who.
No, so he's been on hella shit.
Yeah, but this goes back to years ago.
Oh, so
he's not anybody new. He's been in the game for a while.
I figured he has.
Anyways, I forgot which radio station he was on, but the topic of Lauryn Hill came up. Mm-hmm. And he was describing how he was, I think he was the quote unquote the house keyboardist, so he's the main person on the keys.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that what people were speculating about how she acts on tour, he said, yeah, that's just true. People were like, you can't look her in the eye, and you have to call her Miss Hill. He said, so she came up to me and said, you're playing that wrong. He said, okay, Lauryn. He's like, my thing is, you're going to treat me with respect, you're going to get the same respect back. But then he went and put the dagger in.
She's the right Miseducation.
Yeah. Said that nothing on Miseducation except for a few minor details here and there were written by her. Everything else was written by somebody else. And how he described it was that the label, who were they trying to emulate after? Because it was back when the singer-songwriter was starting to become the it thing. So to have an artist that was not only the forefront, but could songwrite and produce, they were having a bunch of those artists. And there was one particular artist that he compared it to because the label wanted to go after that. So that's why on the credits, you see a lot of it is produced by, written by Lauryn Hill. Nobody else. But then if you go back to Wyclef, years ago,
Wyclef was all over that shit.
They asked him about it. He said,
put an MPC in front of her and see what happens.
yeah.
Damn.
I mean, how come that's another reason why another album hasn't come out from Lauryn? Besides the Unplugged shit, she has not dropped another album in years. And now she's all saying about the labels, which is true. But at the same time, it's like, if that's true, just drop something. And she never dropped another album. She's been living off this one album for decades. I mean, the Miseducation is still a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
How
album,
you spin
bro,
it.
But like, that puts a fat stain on it.
I will say this. We said what we said about Aubrey.
Yeah, we gotta we gotta give Lauryn that same energy.
Hey, you can't come on and have the line of credits say Lauryn Hill, and then you have a well-respected instrumentalist within the industry come out and say, yeah, that ain't the case.
And not only that,
did he work on the album with her?
Probably. He probably.
I don't know if he
writer.
directly worked, but I know he has friends that were working on the album.
And yeah, that's pretty much. And he just wants them. He wants them to get the proper credit because it's a legendary. It's a legendary album. Legendary songs are on that shit.
Yeah.
Damn. And especially them raps.
Seriously stains it, bro. Like,
yeah, it stains it, but I'm not gonna stop me from listening to it.
That's cool. I mean, like, I'm not even saying like as a native thing. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you would still listen to it. That's great.
And for those who are listening,
I'm just like,
I know.
Who are asking, well, why should I give a fuck about Robert Glasper? Well, he's been nominated 6 times for a Grammy. He's won 3 of them. I know, right? And here are some of his collaborations. Common, Mos Def, Erykah Badu, Kanye, Lupe, Snoop, Maxwell, Kendrick Lamar.
He's probably wants to put a butterfly.
Music Soul Child, Luke James. Remember when Malcolm Jamal Warner was recording?
oh god,
He did.
He was a part of that. Faith Evans, Pete Rock, Anthony Hamilton.
Wow.
Dwele, Marsha Ambrosius, Jean Grey, Jasmine Sullivan, Brandy, Stevie Wonder.
Okay, I think you hit the point.
Well, I just wanted to, and Joe Scott. I just wanted to hit the points. That way, it's not like, well, why should I care?
This dude's actually credible. And
right.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that whole story interesting. So I'm actually going to go back and re-listen to the album this week. And
I don't know.
You are hiding the credits.
Now, this next topic, I expected some people. I think you expect me to get angry. Other people expect me to get. angry.
I checked in. I just asked you if you'd seen it because
I saw it. I just didn't care.
Yeah, I wasn't really tripping off your response. I just asked if you saw it.
Yeah, no, but other people were asking me, and I was like, I just didn't really give a damn. So Sam Smith was on, I guess, his Instagram story or some shit, and they were playing a Michael record with his boyfriend or whatever, and he goes and says, "Oh, it's like the only Michael. I don't like Michael Jackson, but I like this song." And people caught it, and everyone was like, "The fuck?" Because it's just like, you don't ever say you don't like Michael Jackson. The fuck is wrong with you? You whole ass nigga. The fuck wrong with you? Don't say you don't like Michael Jackson's music. You put Michael Jackson's music name in the song. You play his music in the club. Everyone loses their fucking mind. I didn't think this, but it's just. Just saying. I wasn't thinking this. I'm like, that's your fucking opinion. But that's what everyone else was. I didn't really give a fuck. It's your opinion.
Are you sure, Busby?
I'm positive. You would have known if I was angry.
Now, you know,
I kind of felt like you were.
I'll give it to him. You know, while this was going on, in his mind, it was
Ganja burn, ganja burn,
Ganja burns. Yeah. So
I'll give it to him this week.
All right. We'll let it slide.
Go on.
That was pretty much it. And then, that's what you caught this shit.
Yeah, so of course, like you said, Black Twitter was giving him hell for it. I think they even had a joke where the actual Michael Jackson handle tweeted something about it, and they erased it afterwards. Then you have R&B legend Stephanie Mills, who's rarely on anything social media related, and she tagged Sam Smith on Instagram, said, "Don't come for Michael Jackson when you wish you have sold as many records and you wish you were the king of pop like he was. I'm so tired of you people studying our music and studying our artists and claiming that you don't like our music. Go sit your one-hit wonder ass down and learn how to finish a tour. When you can sell as many records as the king of pop, Michael Jackson, then maybe you can say something. So I say to you, Mr. Smith, have several seats and come for me if you want to."
He didn't diss Michael. He just said he didn't like his music.
Well, I would say that's some shots.
I mean, but what she said, it carries weight, bro. It's like they listen to the music, and when I say they, I mean white people. I'm not gonna front. You know what I'm saying? They listen to the music, they make the music, and then they say, "Oh, I never liked that shit."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
And-
like, and that bring. To me, anyways, it gives like Post Malone, for example. It's a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Like, he swears he does hip hop. To me, it's not hip hop.
Bossip's self-proclaimed human poop cloud.
But he said, "Hey, no, but for real though." Then he says that for lyrics he'll listen to Bob Dylan.
That's why I say I don't pay attention to Post Malone.
You know what
I don't pay attention to him.
You wouldn't listen to Tupac. You wouldn't listen to Biggie.
What I'm saying
is,
If that's the music that you're making and shit, you know what I'm saying?
but what I'm saying is that with Michael, it's not really the lyrics, it's the theatrics that go along with it. So that's why I see what he's saying. What I will say though is that when we were talking about Eric Benet last week, this actually gives Eric Benet some more fuel on what he was talking about. Remember that? Oh, yeah. So this actually, you know, last week was kind of like I could see where he's coming from, so I'll let it go. Now this week it's kind of like, oh, okay, you weren't just talking, like you were onto some shit. All right, for sure, I got you. Yeah, that whole thing was interesting to say the least.
Yeah. So,
but it wasn't more interesting than Doja Cat.
Moo!
I'm in that mood.
Moo!
Yeah, I first heard that shit and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want it, like another viral thing. But then I started doing some research and come to find out she's actually a very good singer-songwriter, and she was just fed up with her label RCA shit because she actually released a project in the springtime of this year. Nobody heard a fucking thing about it. But then she went and dropped this Moo, and of course it becomes meme-worthy. Everybody's dropping, everybody's talking about it. And of course everybody's thinking that she's just this artist that just, you know, for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
And so you realize she pulled an OG Mako. Hit me with the line.
Niggas are idiots.
Yes. And niggas definitely were idiots. And they followed. Myself included.
I didn't.
So I went and I did research, and after seeing the feedback from people that did listen to it,
Mo!
I went back and listened to her album named Amala, and I gotta say, there is some fire-ass content on this album. She pulled a finesse on everybody. To the point where you had Chance the Rapper, Missy Elliott herself, some other top-name artists in the game, both present and past, that were like, yo, I gotta check it, like, she's dope. And so I ran through the album, and yeah.
So it's an R&B version of let's see who trolls. Oh, 6ix9ine.
No.
Like, what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Using that platform to
it's
try
OG Mako status.
No, it's on OG Mako, yeah. Because he trolls and he's not really doing shit with his music. It's just to get you to pay attention. Wild antics. This shit is on some...
She was trolling, but she didn't think it was going to go viral like that.
Right.
It went viral and everyone fucking loved it.
I say that she reminds me of early Ty Dolla $ign. So House on the Hill, the first beach house.
Right.
Ty Dolla $ign. I'm gonna go through some tracks real quick because again, there's some shit that just it stood out. I mean, the first one, Go to Town. It's this very pop R&B. It's got a lot of bass to it. Mm-hmm. That's definitely one for the females out there. Wine Pon You is a much slower Caribbean influence.
Okay,
that's gonna do some wild stuff. Wild Beach, Candy, Casual. And then Body Language. And that's not even including the other ones that sound good too. It's a 13-track album, just at 45 minutes. If anybody hasn't checked it out, this is something I would definitely recommend to check out. I'm really glad I found this album. I'm about to run it back several times. Let's see, what else is she up to?
Doja Cat,
yeah.
She got
shout her out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man. It's artists to watch out for. And you better mow your way to iTunes and all the other shits to listen to her shit.
Basically.
So
while she was mowing, Mello got off his ass and moved himself to Houston. And word is, he's actually going to do the unthinkable, Busby.
He going to sit on the bench?
He's going to come off the bench, supposedly.
No way.
Wow.
He's
still going to be trash.
If that's the case, we'll give him a round of applause for kind of coming to his senses.
Mm-hmm.
Did hell freeze over?
Maybe.
Shit.
Lala ain't been showing her titties lately, so maybe.
And Power's been on a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah. So he might be coming off the bench, and his fellow draft class member, Dwayne Wade, has announced that he will be returning for the Heat for this season, and this season will be his final year of his career.
Wow.
That's a good career.
Wow. Congrats to him, man.
Yeah, for sure. Round of applause to Dwayne Wade.
So you're going to
hell of a career.
Yeah, but we ain't going to, when he does his little retirement tour, he'll get some love. But it won't be like Kobe.
Nah. But he's going to get some love because he's highly regarded as the third or fourth best shooting guard. Yeah. Depending on who you're talking to.
True.
Yeah.
So he's up there. It's not like the Paul Pierce treatment. You know what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
love you like that.
Yeah. Draymond's not going to diss him like that. You know,
exactly.
I expect Draymond to give him some respect.
Yeah,
Respect for his name.
Well, I mean, he's a respectful dude, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes. And Dolphins.
Yeah, so in the NFL, Dolphins released their defensive tackle Gabe Wright after he punched their running back Kenyon Drake at practice.
Must have pissed him off.
And that shit just reminded me of years ago when Geno Smith reneged on the bet money, and I think it was the lineman. I think he got fed up with him, caught his ass and broke his nose.
I remember that.
And then Geno Smith missed
his jaw, bro.
The jaw, thank you.
Yep.
He broke his jaw. And I remember they came to our camp, and they asked Donald Penn about that. He laughed and he said, "That shit ain't gonna happen to Derek. That's all I know." Because that's right, it was a defensive player.
Yeah.
They asked Donald about it, and he was like, "Nah, but I ain't even really worried about that because if that happens, he gonna have to answer his defense where he even thinks about getting to the offensive line to respond to that." So,
For real.
yeah, so that happened.
That.
Adrian Peterson, he just signed today. He is a Washington racist name.
And only for 1 year.
Of course, he's running back like 30 plus. He's not going to be here much longer.
This might be his last year.
Right.
You know what I was randomly thinking about the other day? Kevin Barlow. What happened to him?
He came and went. Kellen Barlow.
No, Kevin.
Oh, is it Kevin?
It was
Yeah,
Kevin.
from the Niners.
It was Kevan. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking Kellen Winslow.
No, not Kellen Winslow. I'm talking about Barlow.
He about to
the
hit the
Niners.
stands. Speaking of Kellen Winslow, he about to hit that stand soon, supposedly.
Supposedly. No, but Kevin Barlow, whatever happened to him? Because he was a good backup, not a good starter.
He was playing, and then I remember...
Went to the Jets.
He was playing, then he wasn't.
He was playing, and then the last time I saw him was at the 24-Hour Fitness in 2010.
Barlow?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
He was a cheerleader.
Shout out to Josh. Josh and I were there. Josh, 2 separate times we were at the 24-Hour Fitness. We ran into him, and then we ran into Vernon Davis. Sweet potato yam Vernon
Oh, that
Davis.
was with Harbaugh when he had the dreads.
Yeah, when Singletary. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just wondered. He just randomly popped up in my head the other day.
You always got to specify which Vernon Davis that you saw.
Yeah, I remember me.
You got the I Want Winners Vernon Davis. You got the Smack by Bam Bam Vernon Davis. And then you got the Sweet Potato Yam Vernon Davis.
I met Vernon Davis. First time I met Vernon Davis was at AMC when we saw Resident Evil. That's when he had the dreads in his rookie year, and that's when Singletary was there. It was before the when he got kicked off the field. Remember that?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's 3 different ones. The I Want Winners Vernon Davis.
Yep, the I Want Winners.
The I Got Smacked by Bam Bam in Seattle Vernon Davis. And then you got Yams. Sweet Potato Yams.
I didn't watch that game live, but if I did, I was like, we're losing.
I set it up for you. I was watching that. I said, "Oh, this game's over. There's no need to even watch this anymore."
Yeah. Well,
now the story of the week from the NFL.
There's more stories.
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, him. Yes.
Defensive back for the Jacksonville Jags. Did you hear about this story, Martin?
I did not hear this.
Oh my God! So
I heard that he was in the news, but I didn't know exactly.
Nigga had an opinion about all the quarterbacks.
Oh, before this, we gotta let him know because he was serving up all the rounds to basically every quarterback in the NFL. Well, at least half. He didn't say half of it was good. So they asked him about all these quarterbacks. Start naming them off. He said guys like Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson,
Garoppolo.
No, Garoppolo was on a shit list.
No, he said he's okay. That's what he said. He said he was okay.
No, he said he was overhyped.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you too, you bitch ass nigga.
You wasn't paying attention. So
ass.
he said Derek Carr was cool. He said Deshaun Watson's going to be the future of the NFL. And there are a few more. Then he got to the big names.
Oh, shit.
He said he was very disappointed going up against Ben Roethlisberger because he thought he would have been better than what he was. And he said the proof was in the 2 results when they played this year, which you can't take away from him because he's right. He said Andrew Luck is overhyped and that he's just waiting for him to come back from injury. So
that's
that way,
true.
Oh, how does he know that?
It's kind of true.
Like, how can he say that?
Because fuck him.
I'll say this. I'll say this. His first 2 years in the NFL, not one game missed. Pro Bowls.
Who?
He's Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah.
So
he knows what he's talking
can
about.
Talk.
But I'm saying,
but listen, because it all ties in. It all plays a circle of why he's doing this.
Okay.
Goes to Eli Manning. He says Eli Manning is only good because he has number 13. So when they play against them, he's kind of found an out where if Eli Manning has a big game, chances are it's going to be because of Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah,
if he doesn't, then he's right for what he says.
Right.
Then you get to Joe Flacco.
Oh, God.
He got to Joe Flacco. He said, Joe Flacco sucks.
Damn, he won a Super Bowl.
He ain't lying, though.
Just flat out said Joe Flacco sucks.
If it wasn't for Bolden, if it wasn't, you know what I mean, the receivers in that game, if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have won that Super Bowl.
No. And then the newcomer for the Rams. Who's the recent quarterback they drafted? Goff. He said Goff ain't got it.
What? Okay.
Okay, dude.
Okay, bro.
He said who's he play for again?
The Jaguars.
Okay.
Arguably the best, well, not arguably, the best defense and the best secondary in the NFL right now.
Wait, but he did say, I know you didn't get to it, but he did say that Garoppolo was overhyped, right?
Garoppolo.
Okay. He played them niggas?
Said he had moments, but he was way overhyped.
Even though that moment was against him?
You feel me?
I'm just saying, bro.
We beat that ass.
The proof is in the pudding on that one.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll see. Now, the reason why he was doing this was because he wants the quarterbacks to throw to him. He wants the football thrown to his side. He doesn't want to have the stats where he's just a deflection and 2 tackles.
He wants
the picks.
He wants that. Oh, you want your check.
And I will say this. That's very, very genius
in his
marketing.
That's
awesome.
I don't even think Deion's ever done that.
No.
And I wouldn't, I mean, if anyone was going to, he would be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I don't think and no one really asked him those questions about what he thought about all the quarterbacks. So, Jalen Ramsey was the only one who had balls to answer.
What the media is now too, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Twitter wasn't around, so he's just sitting back like, okay, let's see what.
And Deion was playing
do.
baseball too, so they couldn't find him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he had to catch a helicopter in one game. I mean, shit.
And when he wasn't doing both, he was in the locker room throwing water on reporters too. So I don't think they were in the mood to be asking him those types of questions.
No, you mean in the mode?
food.
But
Yeah, but shout out to Jalen Ramsey for having the balls to say that, because
definitely.
we got 2 more weeks of preseason games.
you guys can let me know.
Trying to hype everything up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I fuck with that.
We got 2 more seasons of preseason games, so that's gonna be interesting, I guess. Now I don't even know if we won or lost.
We lost.
Oh, we did? No,
Yeah. No, I saw the what do you call it, the end score, but I didn't really watch the game.
Did you watch the Raiders?
I don't really care
play?
for preseason like that.
They played hella early. They played in the afternoon against the Rams, like at
I saw they were in LA. That's all I saw.
1 o'clock or some shit. I was like,
I saw they were in LA, and I saw Marshawn wasn't even suited up. He was talking to Gruden.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the second game, man. No one plays in that shit.
who plays, period.
I don't
Well,
care
nah,
about
but
preseason.
specifically in the second and fourth game, the starters like never
There's
play.
still fans that talk shit during preseason.
Because
I'm
it's
like,
all they
I don't
got.
understand that shit,
I'm
dog.
like, oh, you guys lost. And I stopped
No.
watching mid-second quarter. And that was when I was filming.
Damn.
I stopped paying attention mid-second quarter, and I just was filming.
Yeah, at
like,
that
I was
point,
just there.
It just became a job.
Yeah, like, I was just there watching. That's all. So it's there really wasn't much news in sports this week.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those
Oh,
things.
hold on. Let me hear something. Y'all keep talking. Like, Cardi might have said something about.
See, I thought I
Hold
read
up.
her lips. I'm pretty sure she said bitch at the end of her.
Okay, so
At the end of
while
her
you're doing that, let's touch on some reviews. So you're actually gonna have to hurry up because you're missing right now.
Okay. Yeah, she was talking. She was like, I'm happy for everything that the fans gave me and all that, but that's something that you can't buy, bitch.
Whoop.
Ooh.
Say something, Nikki.
I was telling you, man, turn that shit up. I know she's about to say something, bro.
Oh, something's gonna happen
no.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Something's happening tomorrow morning.
For sure.
Busby don't bullshit. Remember that,
Oh,
people.
I can't wait.
Man, can you imagine the Twitter back and forth between Cardi and Nicki? They ain't gonna be adding each other. They're just gonna be,
Subbing the whole way.
That's what her Safari did. Anyway, some albums dropped, but when Nicki was losing her mind, albums did drop, and the person she was supposed to go up against, Ariana Grande, dropped. And can you imagine if she really did drop against Ariana Grande? It would have been worse with Aretha Franklin's death. She would have been her being at number 2 is the least of her worries.
Yeah.
Imagine if she would have been at number 3 or 4.
Oh my god.
That would have been embarrassing.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And it would have been all her fault. Nobody told your ass to switch weeks.
And another thing I forgot to mention. Pink Friday and Pink Print both debuted at number 2. Pink Friday went up against Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted
I
Fantasy.
was not out doing that.
She didn't say nothing, but it was her first album. Roman Reloaded came in at number 1 because she had no competition she can flaunt. But Pink Print came in at number 2, and I think she went up against Taylor Swift or some fucking pop act. She didn't say one word. But you got mad when Travis Scott came in at number 1, the second week in a row. So, what, you got mad? You mad about black folks?
Nah, it's because of the title, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was expecting that. Like, she didn't have no other options.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, they were showing old clips of Aretha. They were asking her about artists. And she said, they asked Alicia Keys. She said, great songwriter, producer. They asked somebody else, and she commented on their skill. They said, Taylor Swift. She said, well, she has nice gowns. She wears nice dresses.
And then they mentioned Nicki. And then she mentioned Nicki. She was like, yeah, you're going to go to the next subject. I don't know what to talk about with her. Man, she heard that broke Aretha's record shit.
So she said, let me just take my last breath real quick and fuck up your rollout. Show you who the real queen
of
is.
this shit is. Anyway, Sweetener by Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Very pop.
Sweet
it was
low.
produced by Pharrell and Max Martin. Mm-hmm. Pharrell did like half of it. Max Martin did the other half. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That was the review.
It was a decent album. I enjoyed it. I don't really listen to Ariana Grande's albums like that because they're too pop and it's not my lane. But this one, Pharrell laced her up really, really nice. Pharrell really laced her up. Like the song R.E.M., which was originally supposed to go to Beyonce, but I guess Beyonce didn't want it. Pharrell played the record for Ariana Grande, and that track's really fucking dope. The Light Is Coming with Nicki, trash.
That was what I was saying.
God Is a Woman.
That stupid sample in the background.
Yeah. I mean, Ariana Grande drove it, but Nicki did not need to be on that record. Sweetener, I don't know what it is about that title track, but it's catchy. It really is catchy. I don't know what it is. Successful was cool. Breathing was blah. The song with Missy Elliott, Borderline, that was pretty surprising. Everything else was kind of just blah. And the song Pete Davidson, which is her boyfriend, he must be blowing her back out because she is in love with that nigga.
Well, it's clear. You seen her walking lately?
Shit.
She like sways back and forth.
She
Like,
saw at the
straight.
VMAs, man.
She doesn't walk straight.
At all. Oh, Madonna.
Rasta Madonna.
Rasta Madonna. Is she gonna do a tribute to Aretha?
Ramadan.
Ramadan. Ramadana.
Yeah, I thought the album was decent. I'm gonna play it a few more. I think the last album was really the first time I listened to Ariana Grande. So this one was kind of like, like Pharrell's production sounded good, but for me, I don't know. Her on his production just
didn't mix well for you.
It didn't sound too good. Like the Max Martin records, I enjoyed
because she's in her element,
right? So you had, of course, God Is a Woman. I thought that was a good
the lead single. Yeah.
Every time if they choose that for the next single, that's going to be a smash. And then Better Off. Better Off is actually produced by Hit Boy.
Really?
Yeah, I like those are my favorite three from
Hit
the project.
Boy been kind of quiet. I'm glad he ain't rapping no more.
Yeah, he's still going behind the scenes. You know,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't bad as a rapper. No, actually, time out. Don't. He is still rapping.
He is.
Him and Dom Kennedy formed a duo.
Oh, well, I'm not saying I didn't say he was a bad rapper. I just didn't care for his rapping. Stick to producing.
Hey, whatever brings the money in.
Well, that's producing.
Well, the producing's fine, but hey, whatever could open up another avenue as well.
I know what you mean. I just don't care about his rapping personally. Okay.
I know what you mean, but I just
Video of the year. I'm just looking at this right now. Who's gonna win?
Now, somebody you've been trying to get me to listen to for a while until finally I was like, screw it.
Yeah, you picked the wrong album to listen to.
That's why you've been raving about this shit.
Well, I wasn't raving. I don't listen to him like that either, but I told you to give it a chance. Anyway, Young Thug dropped Slime Language.
Slime Language, yeah. And apparently everybody thought it was a solo album. But once again, they didn't list it as an album.
This is a quote-unquote official mixtape.
Yeah. Or a compilation.
It's on Apple. It's an album.
He hasn't dropped an actual album. Oh, Young Thug got a video of the year with Havana.
Nice.
Good for him. Well, what's her name?
Perfect timing.
I know. It's what's her name?
Camila.
Wow, she must be stunting on Fifth Harmony. Look at them. She was like, "Yep, I won video of the year without you bitches." Yeah, but Slime Language.
Yeah,
I know.
It came and went. There were a few joints I actually liked. I'll consider putting them on this month's playlist. No, for real. I'm not just saying that. Like Chanel, aka Go Get It, with Gun and Lil Baby, I thought was actually dope. I like that one. It's a Slime featuring Lil Uzi was definitely. I like Lil Uzi when he's featured.
I wanted you to listen to Jeffrey. I told you that album surprised me when I listened to it, and you were like, "No."
I'll go back and listen to it. Tracy T. I feel bad for Tracy T.
Really?
He just happened to come in at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tracy T came in with Fat Trell when Ross signed them to Maybach to kind of be the second wave, along with Stally, of course, playing role to Wale and Meek. And he had a good buzz when he dropped his mixtape. Of course, he was featured on a lot with Meek, and then he got featured uncredited with the War Ready track with Ross and Jeezy. But then nothing ever materialized with it. And I feel like part of that was because at the same time when that had happened, you remember that artist Q?
Q sounds familiar.
It's QUE, right?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
If you remember, their voices sound alike. So when he popped off with that hit, they stalled with Tracy.
Talking about that OG Bobby Johnson one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Now I remember that shit.
I feel bad for him just for that because it's just bad timing. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Timing.
Yeah.
Timing. Other than that, the album was blah.
No, of course it was.
Both albums been blah. I don't know who else is dropping. Well, we don't know who else is dropping this week. Apparently, there's supposed to be a surprise drop later on this month. That's what the Twitter streets are saying.
Them streets.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to drop in August, and the month's almost over. So I don't know who else is dropping. Might be Wayne. Still feel
Well, we know Boss and
Boss is coming.
Boss Mai Tai, and of course Martine. They're all dropping on Friday.
Yeah, Martine too.
Yup.
Round of applause for Martine
Yup.
again.
Pick a K.
Yeah, just pick a K.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
I said
That's my soundtrack.
I said LeBron, Lonzo, LeVar, pick a L.
Ganja burn, ganja burn.
That was.
ganja
I'm
burn.
sorry. When I heard that for the first time, I was literally dying laughing
yeah.
when he did that. Oh,
yeah.
man, Joe.
This is good too. Like, you can only get away with that when you have a deep voice too.
Yep.
Like I can do it like ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn. You know what I'm saying, like you only do it with a deep voice.
And apparently, I guess Revolt announced that they officially welcomed him to the team, and Joe Budden's been kind of hinting about the show he's been doing, the state of the hip hop shit. So I think it's something. He's about to announce something on his podcast this week. I don't know what it is.
For sure.
Hopefully it's something good, and hopefully he doesn't go on a hiatus.
Nice. I rock with it.
Yeah, he needs to get that bread. That ever since Complex fucked him over.
Right. So those are the reviews for this week. I actually want to take a moment to go back and revisit an album that came out 11 years ago that a lot of people, I don't necessarily want to say we're sleep on, because we were kind of thinking we were just taking it at face value for what it was. Until you realize this rapper has pretty much survived all 11 years and he shouldn't have made it this far. But he's definitely transcended just the booth and then going into the social media age and adapting very fucking well.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about,
to say the least.
yeah, I'm talking about Plies and his debut album, The Real Testament. So I went back on Saturday because I heard Shawty on XM radio. And I was like, let me just go back and revisit the album. I went back and played that motherfucker. We got to give praise and props to The Real Testament.
Okay.
The music is actually timeless. Because I'm listening to it, and as I'm listening to it, you got to remember this record was put out before Trayvon Martin. A lot of other shit that's taken place, not only specifically in America, but in Florida in general. And you go back to 100 Years, which is the second track off this joint.
Yeah.
And it literally sounds like he recorded this last week.
I remember we were talking about this in the chat. Like, you said something like, if this would have come out now, the hype beast would have loved the shit.
Oh, yeah. Like, because, when this came out back then, the hype beasts were running away from it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a while. I don't remember hearing a record where the rapper was saying cracker. like Plies was saying it on the intro track and then 100 Years. So you had that value. Of course, a different era. So it was more blog heavy. It really wasn't more jumping on social media and all that jazz. So I feel like when people were kind of just putting Plies in this box where it's like, oh, you just a hood nigga, it is what it is. You put this shit out now, the way the hype beats go for Lil Uzi and all that, I'll put some money on that the headline would have been 100 Years is the political song that we didn't know that we needed. I feel like that's what it would have been. I mean, the hook is pussy ass cracker, give a nigga 100 years. Have your mama walking out the courtroom in tears. And then he goes into detail about how the system is fucked up. It's not in our favor. You get somebody, how the fuck you just do a home invasion with nobody there, but you end up getting life? You know what I'm saying? So he breaks that down. And then, of course, you have the single Shawty. Then you got Running My Mama Crazy. Of course, the way Twitter acts now, One More Time is... I don't know if cats remember that one, but that's the one where he's breaking up with his chick, and then he ends it with, but let's just fuck one more time. And then you got, of course, You with Tank, and then Hypnotized with Akon. So the singles were there. This wasn't anything that was lacking the singles.
Right.
But I just feel like the content in itself, it didn't get appreciated when it came out.
I know, like you say, it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah. And in retrospect, it was ahead of its time. Same, and it's funny because it's the same way I look at the Dreams Love Hate. I look at Love Hate as way ahead of its time. Because now we're in an era where it's damn near mandatory if you want a successful album, you gotta have that shit kind of mixed by Ali. where everything funnels in. You know what I'm saying? Where everything just funnels in. And that's what Love Hate was. As soon as the song ended, it immediately rolled into the next one. So it didn't feel like you were just going into the next song. It felt like one connected story.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, those two albums from 2007. I'll give a shout out to Dream too. But everybody, go back and listen to The Real Testament again this week. I want to give a shout out to Plies for that because
Busted baby.
Yeah, well that was later, but
I'm just like,
It still Plies, bro.
for real.
But yeah, shouts out to Plies, man. Hell of a record. And again, I'll go out on the limb. I'll say this is timeless music because how I define timeless is if I play this, does the music correlate to what's going on around me? Mm-hmm. The music still correlates to what the fuck is going on around me right now.
Well, nothing's going around Cisco because Drew Hill just decided to replace Jazz.
Well, actually, something is going on. I guess he's getting married.
Jazz?
No, Cisco.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was posing like Lil Uzi Vert, like he was trying to outstunt Lil Uzi Vert.
But Cisco's always been like that, though.
Yeah, but it was kind of like I saw it in his eyes, like he was looking at the camera, but he was looking at Lil Uzi's soul, or what used to be there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What used to be there,
Baby, that bomb.
yeah. But anyways, I was confused by this. How do you replace a nigga with a whole ass group?
Well, I mean, Jazz is a big dude, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Did he leave the group? Did Jazz leave?
yeah,
the
he
group?
left.
So
So they replaced, but then so of course they brought the guys from Playa, which of course rest in peace Static Major. He was a part of that group. That's cool, but it was the announcement and the photo shoot and the photo shot.
Photoshop.
You didn't see.
I did not see.
So they put some Air Force Ones on one of the niggas, but the angle was messed up.
I saw that.
So you can look at his feet. And you see it's like chipped.
Wow.
So it's just all messed up. And then you go to the other one, and they messed up with the arm. So the dude has his regular arm, and then there's another arm that's coming out of the arm underneath. Like they photoshopped they photoshopped this nigga.
Just wow.
Yeah, they photoshopped this nigga into some
Shit.
Air Force Ones, and they photoshopped the other one into a mutant from X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
That's what's up. He's Goro.
So I don't know if y'all looking for the new Drew Hill.
We'll stay with the
Featuring Goro.
Yeah.
We'll stay with the other classic albums.
Yeah.
Ooh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh yeah. Baby.
Remember the clip of Casey? He's going through the crowd on the nigga's neck. Ooh, yeah. And he sees a fan eating the chicken. He goes, give me some of that. He stops mid fucking singing, goes and eats chicken. Ooh, yeah.
You got that energy, bro.
Shit. Well, Nick Cannon, he's helping out the Bay.
Hell yeah.
It was announced, reports came out, or he actually announced it too, that he's teaming up with E40 and Too Short. And they're executive producing a crime drama show called Yay Area.
I like this.
And it's pretty much going to be, they said, just think of The Wire.
That's going to be tight. Especially getting E40. I mean, you know his background.
E40 and Too Short.
You know his
Executive producing.
background.
So they're going to make sure they got all the right pieces in order.
We know what he
will
did.
tell you the Bay. It will tell you the Bay, you know what I mean? But E40 was through the Bay. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
We know what he did to Biggie.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, go do your research.
Do your homework.
We know what he did to Biggie.
Let's just say Pac would have still been alive.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Let's see. What stuff
Hey,
up?
but since we're bringing up the Bay Area, man,
Yay.
shout out to SOBRBE going gold with Anti.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So not only is it going to be on the 2K soundtrack, but it went gold.
Yo.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, man, it rarely happens out here.
Right. Nah, for real.
So if
You know
your
what I'm
name's not Kalani or G-Eazy
Yeah.
Or 40.
or 40 or Too Short or Hammer.
Hey, real talk though, the list is short. Man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But respect. Hey, props off. That's a
definitely.
huge feat.
For like the new generation, that's a feat.
That's major.
That might as well be platinum out here.
Yeah.
Because
Might as well.
we celebrate
it's-
celebrate ghetto gold out here.
It's platinum in the streets.
Right,
bro.
yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Yeah.
Like as soon as somebody hits 100,000 out here, like we throwing a parade.
Oh, like, look what happened
You know what I'm saying?
to when I Am Sue shit or when
Yeah.
Redbone, all that shit went platinum. I mean, good for them.
Right, no, definitely.
Yeah, let's see.
There's more things you can't do while being black or brown. And coincidentally, it all takes place in Florida again.
See, Florida man at it again.
Florida man is definitely at it again. So you can't play basketball in a rec center without getting arrested. I think it was a 12 or 13-year-old boy. His mom actually, I don't know if she directly worked at the rec center or she was a teacher that the rec center was connected to, but she said some student ran up to her saying, your son's getting arrested, and she thought they were joking, like, stop playing. Turns out
He's getting arrested.
And
Shit.
the police officer says that he needed to learn some manners.
What?
He wasn't obeying. The boy says all he was doing was dribbling the basketball in an area designated for him to dribble the fucking basketball. And the irony of this is that this rec center was put there to help the relations between the police and the community.
Oh my god.
This is all a part of the
So what was it?
league plan that the police department had set up.
What happened with that cop?
To be determined.
You know that means nothing. He's
Right.
gonna get a slap on the wrist. Like,
So
that's
I'll-
trash.
So while that's going on, I forgot where this was taking place, but police were pretty much baiting kids to come into an open vehicle to steal shoes out and trapping them that way.
Are you serious? dude?
Legit parked the car, left it unlocked, and then had all this abundance of J's, new kicks, and new gear. And then entrapped these poor 11, 12-year-old kids who obviously can't afford to get any kicks.
Come on.
They must have been
man.
bored.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, that's entrapment. What are you doing?
That's like putting food in front of a homeless
That happens
person,
in
man.
Florida,
Like,
too.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
That happened in Florida too.
I wouldn't doubt
Suicide
it.
Florida.
So, but shout out to Sean King. Sean King got a hold of the story, and then he actually opened up a GoFundMe so that way he could raise money to go give to the family, so that way they could afford to get some shoes. And
Good for him.
it's good.
man.
Yeah, it's round of applause for that.
Yup.
I still can't believe that. I'm like,
Bro.
you got nothing better to do,
I mean, that police officer in Jacksonville, that was trash.
right?
This, I mean, I can't even put a word on that.
Nah.
They're
And
trying to be cute.
on one hand, while I agree with private school being a gray area because it's private schools, which means it's probably privately funded, you gotta kind of obey by their standards. On the flip side, you're now dealing with a first or second grader who was just trying to find out who he is as a person, and you pretty much left a bad example for him to just look and wonder about himself and wonder if he's worth anything. This little boy got kicked out of his elementary school for having dreads.
Literally showed up and kicked him out, and father showed up filming this shit, and he was damn near to tears because he just got to explain to his child that you got kicked out for who you are.
Yeah.
Some whole ass shit, and the white teacher was like, well, it just is what it is, it's the rules. Man, fuck you. All these fucking racist ass white folks. See,
Dreads?
dreads. Shake them dreads.
And the dreads were a gift because he did well academically. So they were
my
they were a
God,
reward for
man.
the irony of it is he got punished because
Because he did so well, basically.
yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey man, it is what it is. These racist ass motherfuckers.
Right, so he
man.
was on scholarship for that school. His dad immediately pulled him out. He went to another school, and the school was like,
Yeah, we're welcome.
"Ain't got a problem with his dreads.
Serious,
Bring him to
man.
us."
What happened to the other school? Nothing.
I guarantee they probably getting some bad letters. But again, that's the gray area because I was a part of the private school system. We couldn't have facial hair.
At all.
We were high schoolers.
Damn, so they wanted you clean shaven?
Yeah.
Damn.
And for me, I hated that. I had a full-fledged,
Yeah.
I had 5 o'clock shadow within 12 hours of shaving. Damn the rest of the week.
Right.
Like, I shaved, and then the next day you're wondering if I even shaved. So, again, that's
Well,
the,
I can attest to that.
Right.
Toss
yeah.
is gonna be on clean to the south. Oh, good for him.
that's the gray area. But
But
props to the father for putting it out there and reassuring his
Right.
son that, you know, there's value to him. It's not
for
based
sure,
on that.
man.
Well,
And then you got, again, to close this out in Florida,
damn.
make another stop to Orlando. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
saw.
I saw this video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So at the airport, this guy who later says that it was all a ploy to expose what actually takes place, he had to be restrained by, I think, 3 or 4 officers. And as they're bringing him to the ground, he says, quote, "You're treating me like a fucking black person."
Oh yeah, that was funny.
And then, of course, that kind of raised attention because it's like,
Oh, so you do know what's going on.
Right.
You know why we're taking these. You know what's going on around us. So you do know. So you ain't stupid.
and it came out that he's a Trump supporter.
Of course.
Um,
Oh, ass nigga supporter.
There's some other things that came out with
Dead.
Yeah. But something important was brought up because a lot of people were observing this, and they said, "No, you're not getting treated like a black person because if you were getting treated like a black person,
You'll be dead.
you'd be dead, or you'd be tased at the very least."
I mean,
And dead. Dead.
or
dead.
accidentally shot while meaning to be
Accidentally.
tased.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or a concussion, you know.
God, man. Or
Dead.
be choked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dead.
I mean, bro, this shit's getting ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has been. But now it's like, dude, you're treating me like a fucking black person. That's what he really said.
Right.
Treating me like a nigga.
I mean,
Might as well said it.
that's probably what he was meant to say. You know what he
Man,
wanted
I
to
was,
say.
hey, man.
But
Ever since he came into office, these
damn,
motherfuckers
bruh.
coming out the woodworks. Oh, I saw Black Klansman. Really fucking good. I'm going to make another prediction. That I'm going to put it out in the universe. I'm not going to make a prediction. Black Klansman's going to win Best Picture. And Black Panther's going to win Best Popular Movie.
I don't think they're gonna give the black man that award for that.
Yeah, have you seen Spike Lee? He's on the cover of fucking Time Magazine and shit like that. They already gave it to fucking Moonlight. They gave it to fucking what is it, Moonlight and fucking 12
Moonlight
Years
didn't
a
have no
Slave.
white people in it though,
Nigga.
so they didn't have
Hey,
anything to
man.
feel bad about their guilt. This one,
This makes them feel bad too.
well, no, but they didn't have anything to feel bad about Moonlight. This one, I saw reports. There were people actually leaving the movie theater.
Not in my theater.
Not in mine either, but there were people leaving the theater
Because
That alone,
it hit too close to home for them white folks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna give them the award for.
Oh, they're gonna give it to
Right.
him. Hey man, it's a new day. Yes, it is. I have a feeling that's gonna happen. They need to make it up. They said they need the
Hey,
ratings.
If it happens, cool.
That's gonna be.
I
Hey,
don't- I
Ryan Kruger
just
would get
don't
him
know,
some.
man.
Hey man,
I mean, I haven't
That's a
seen
tough
the movie
one.
yet, but I'm just saying, like,
Black
based off of what
Klansman.
you guys told me, I don't know.
that's
That's
a
a tough
good ass. Hey, Black Klansman was a good ass movie. It was one of Spike Lee's best movies. Period.
Well, how much influence does David Duke have, and does that influence going to reach the realms of Hollywood? Because that's going to be the key.
I don't really think he has that much influence.
I mean, they use Eric from that '70s show.
Spike Lee did it. That's Spike Lee, man. It's a Spike Lee
Shout
joint.
out to Topher Grace. I'm not trying to down him. I'm just saying.
Man, I down Trophy Grace when he was Eddie Brock.
Oh,
He should have never played
don't
Eddie
bring that
Brock.
up.
I have to.
Please don't
That
bring
happened.
That, up. No, it
That
wasn't.
happened.
It did happen.
It was a figment of all y'all's imagination.
That wasn't Tom Hardy you saw. But that
then
was
again-
Trophy Grace.
But then again, at the very least, Topher Grace wasn't walking down the damn sidewalk with his hair swayed to his side, jumping the top of.
oh, that happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
But
was,
Trophy Grace was Eddie Brock.
that was a man named Toby.
Are you dumb?
Well,
Why they always got the motherfucker named Toby doing that kind of shit?
what?
Jumping on tables, dancing across shit.
So that was episode 100. Again, 100 episodes of the iLLogical Sense. Again, thank you guys. 100 episodes. Thank you guys for always listening to all the little. We had some bumps and bruises behind the scenes, but we still here. We kept it consistent.
Definitely.
Lost
And
some people.
I want to give
but
a
we
shout
here.
out to a friend of the podcast, George Golden. The second, today is his birthday. He's also a vet, so I want to give him a round of applause. Thank you for listening every single week and
Thank
supporting
you.
everything.
Thank you to
Happy
Diane.
birthday. Shout out to Diane.
For the fuck of it.
Yeah. Everybody else does.
Everybody else that listens.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to everybody.
As usual, you know where to find us.
You know where to find me, Mr. Busby 4 lowercase 08.
You can find me at JC No
That
Hundreds
it?
on all social media.
And you can find me, Beats be killing them everywhere. And iTunes, Apple Music, Venomous. Search that.
There you go.
And we end this
And
shit.
then,
one more.
well, the illogical sense
Oh
handle.
yeah, that one.
Uh-huh.
Follow us on Twitter.
T-illogical SP. And I got some good feedback with the playlist. And everybody can hit me up on Apple Music, JC No Hundreds, because starting September 6th.
You actually have a date ready for that?
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, because I want to clear out summer. Because we already got the playlist dropping in time for Labor Day weekend. So we're going to be busy doing that. But starting September 6th, every Thursday, I'll be dropping a throwback playlist for everybody to enjoy.
Sure. So for 100th episode, I'm going to say fuck Jed York. And once again,
Fuck Nicki Minaj.